Yo, guys, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the 2REAL4FEELS podcast where we do not give a fuck about your feelings. And yo, today I'm excited, man, because we got Hustle and Motivate, but now known as Hindsight with Hustle. He was
Okay.
the first, and he reminded me of this. He was the first person that we had as a guest on the podcast. So welcome back once again, bro. How you been?
Everything's been good, man. Thank you for having me back again. I
Of
hit you up last
course.
week. I'm so stupid. I figured I hit you up on off week by accident. I was like, "Wait, you doing the podcast tonight?" And you was like, "Nah, that's next week." I said, "Oh my bad." I said, "Nah," but I said,
Yeah.
"But whenever you wanted to, I said, whenever you
Oh
wanted
yeah.
to have me back, you know what I mean?" I said, I'm more than available. I'm more than free, and I'm more than happy to be here, man. What's up with y'all though? I hope all is well with y'all.
Well, past couple of weeks have been like kind of crazy for me, unfortunately, due to family member being
Mm,
suddenly ill. But things are getting better. It's
good.
not like a overnight thing, but things are improving. So I'm thankful about that. But overall, just hanging in there, having fun, doing my thing. But I'm glad to have you here, obviously.
Thank you.
And we have a new guest, someone that we've been wanting to have on the podcast for a little minute. Callie Rex, bro, how you been?
I'm good. I'm all good. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, man. Glad to have you here. And we have our panelist. Thank you so much, TJ, for pulling up. How you been, bro?
I'm good. Excuse me, pardon me. But yeah, I'm good. Another day, another week. Let's get it started, man.
Hell yeah. And Oz is gonna be here. He's just dealing with a little bit of mic trouble. It is what it is, man. The boomer in him has, especially since his birthday was just yesterday, his
Oh
boomer
man.
is really showing.
Oh no, old manitis.
Real quick, guys, I want to give a shout out to obviously Alex Receivable. Thank you so much for being a channel member for 8 months. Really means a lot to me. My boy Black Cobra, appreciate you for being a channel member for 2 months. And yo, Livewire 4K, thank you so much for becoming a channel member once again. I appreciate you, fam. Welcome to the Cult of Cage. And he's channel member for 5 months. Appreciate that. And then we got Black Cobra for the two, bro. Thank you so much. Said Cassie Cage, how you doing, girl? What up? Yeah, everything's cool, man. Happy to, get through another week and to hang out with you guys here tonight. I appreciate you guys so much for being here, obviously. And I do want to give a shout out to all the channel members. I appreciate y'all for believing in an asshole like me. So just to give y'all a shout out. Thanks so much, Our Carry, AB Limits, Alex vs. Evil, John Shepard, Emerald T, Kargit Chennai, Words of Paradise, Adriano Italiano, Retro Mania, Fake Parabear, Tattoo Sama, Nola Boy, 504, KRG, Panther 111, Severin Evans, Astro Cyborg, Cannoli Sasquatch, Andy Hart, Overcooked Octopus Feed, RC Scott, Tokyo TZTV, Deathmaster234, Osseous07, Spectre, hashtag 799, Jury M420, Pigeon Salad, Gray Early, Black Cobra, Lord Metroid, Fuck Norris, Glinzer, Rome, Bruce Banner, Hey It's All Good, Talos Ree, Disney, Sheepherder, Picasso, Demolisher 44, Drake Williams, TSWS Gaming, Butch Luffy, NY Yanks, aka my homie Chris, uh, Gothic Chick 4, the Sly Crow. And shout out to the Sly Crow. He's the one that's been dealing with the Discord. He's the mod of the Discord. He's been running shit and he's a beast. He's better than I am, that is for sure. Cause I can hardly, teach a dog to do the right thing, let alone manage a Discord server. Okay. So thank you so much. for holding it down on the Discord for me, bro. Shout out to Rasputin, Mad Hatter, 1776, Lady Foxfire, Eastern Conference Gaming, Brandon the Anime Guy, Good All One Bay, Lowest Expectations, Hypnotic, Dragon Knight, John the Don, Blaze, 4K, FTW, I'm Rich Swaggler, Novocaine, The Real, YouTube Shadow, and Jay, Desolate Souls, and Anderson Gaming, and of course, Livewire 4K. Appreciate y'all for believing in an asshole like me. Hey, Coco, appreciate you pulling up. Obviously, my man, appreciate you, fam. Zero Dozer, Mason Games. I see Callie Rex in the chat. Appreciate you. And FTW, he's grabbing a coffee real quick. Philip Morgan, good to see you, man. I see a lot of new faces. I really appreciate y'all for being here. We have just some dope ass topics to talk about. But before we do, always like to, just get a gauge. What's everyone been playing? What's everyone been watching? What has piqued y'all's interest as of late? Hustle, what you been playing? What you been watching, bro?
Spider-Man 2 for sure. But aside from that, I've been playing this classic right here. Bang Bang. Super Mario World.
Ooh, I have that somewhere. I don't know where I put it. I know it's one of the few SNES games I actually own.
Yeah.
I got an SNES as a hand-me-down, and so I got like a handful of games with it when and that was during like the PS2 days. So I was playing like PS2 games, and I would boot up the SNES. It was fun, man. 2D games stand the test of time.
A lot of them do. I mean, there are a few that don't. I'll probably make a video on those ones later. But yeah, I'm playing all-time classic in Super Mario World, man. It just is what it is. It still controls like a dream. It still, it still plays like a dream. And I'll drop a video on it at some point. But I got like 95 exits. It's 96 of them. I know what the last exit is, but I can't get it for the life of me. I think it's my old age, man. If I was a kid, I would have done this already. I've 100% of this game a very long time ago. I can't do it no more.
Man,
I'm so close to it. I'm so close.
Coddled. Do you notice we get coddled as gamers now? All right, the games practically play for us. It wasn't like that back then.
Nope. Nah. But I'm playing Super Mario World, and as far as what I'm watching, NBA just started Tuesday, so I've been watching the opening night.
Who's your main team?
I don't really have one. I mean, it used to be Portland because of Dame Lillard, but he over there, he with the Bucks now, and I mean, I like Giannis, but I'll probably be rooting for the Bucks this year. So I'm really just like a Dame fan, but I just like basketball in general. And I've been watching the Angry Video Game Nerd. I bought like the box set. I've been watching like those.
Oh, nice.
Just watching, how he move and how he put together different videos. He got all that on the extended features or like special features.
Are you studying?
I am. I am.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
That's what's up, man. Nah, because like you dropped your first like comeback video. It was a good video. I really liked how you set it up, and it was a great first video coming back and being serious about your YouTube channel. So I'm glad to see it, man.
I'm glad you brought that up because like right after we're finished here, I might take a little nap, but I probably wake up like 2 in the morning and I'm gonna finish that video because I got the gameplay and all that stuff that I want to have. So I'll finish it and I'll edit it now. Saturday it'll be up. If not tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do my best.
We anticipating.
I appreciate
guys,
it.
if you haven't, hold on, I wanna.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I do want to plug your YouTube channel because Hustle, he's been planning to come back for a little minute now, and he finally started it up. And he dropped the first video, and it was really awesome. So if you guys want to check out what Hustle Motivates got going on, aka Hindsight with Hustle now.
Yeah.
Definitely check out his YouTube channel. I'm posting it in the chat.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man.
And if you want me to promote anything else, just private it to me, and at the end of the stream, I'll definitely will post it up. But I do have you directly linked in the description below. So if anyone wants to check it out after the stream, you're welcome to do that as well. And we got Rex, been really happy to have you here. What you been playing? What you been watching? What has piqued your interest as of late, sir?
I've been playing Spider-Man 2, of course, and I'm also a big time Yu-Gi-Oh player, so I play a lot of Master Duel. And I also have been going back to the PS3 catalog and buying some old games I have missed out on.
My man.
Yeah, and I've also been watching a new show that's come out. It's Gen V, the spinoff of The Boys. And I'm gonna say it's not as good as The Boys, but it's fucking good on its own.
Okay.
I think the thing that makes it different is like just like this, like the story. Like you, I feel like these characters are actually gonna die. Like one of them could die at any moment. It gives you like those kind of stakes. But I don't know. It's a good show. I recommend it for anyone who's a fan of The Boys. So go and watch it.
Okay, that's what's up. I did post Callie Rex's YouTube in if in the chat if you guys want to check out his YouTube channel. Once again, guys, if you want me to plug anything else, just you can just send me a private message in StreamYards, and I'll definitely make sure to have it posted at the end of the stream. But I appreciate you being here with us, man. That's what's up. Yo, TJ, what you been playing? What you been watching? What's piqued your interest as of late, sir?
I mean, just like everyone else, I've been playing Spider-Man 2. I'm nearly done. Actually, like when I checked and I saw like you had sent me a message It was like 7:57, and I was in the middle of the a boss fight.
Oh
But
shit.
yeah, like I had to stop, like, because I'm literally toward the end of the game. So,
That's what's up.
but yeah, I've been playing Spider-Man. I played a few levels, not enough to say that I could give like a full like opinion on the game as of right now. But Super Mario Brothers Wonder, hey man, all I can say is I'm enjoying it. That's all I can say so far. I haven't played too much of it just because my focus has been on one, Spider-Man. But once I finish that, I'll get my focus on that. In terms of what I've been watching, but yeah, the Knicks disappointed me last night.
Sorry,
I don't
TJ.
like.
That's
I don't
nothing
like,
new, to be fair.
And no, it is actually because they actually got a decent team. They fought back. It's just, there's some
Yeah.
things
That's
they need to
good.
work on. But
I don't want to hear about disappointment.
but
Oh
in
yeah,
terms of,
yo, the Phillies took a fat L on Oz's
Oh,
birthday.
they for a happy birthday, by the way. They did.
Yeah, thanks.
yeah, that's a great birthday gift.
I saw that game last night, TJ.
Fuck you, Philadelphia. Suck the fattest dick.
That's what you get for having hope.
They got bigger problems. James Harden got the fat suit on. He do not want to play. I think they play tonight, as a matter of fact. I think they might be playing now, but he do not
Yeah,
want to play.
he was supposed to travel with the team, and he was told to no. Like they told him to stay back. Like he can't travel with the team anymore. So
They don't
it
want
was
to play
like
for
off
him
the
no
lemon
way.
pepper wings, man.
They don't want to play for him no way.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Yo, Oz, what you been playing? What you been watching? What has piqued your interest as of late, sir?
Well, I'm an old fuck now. I'm 40.
Yes,
Someone
yes,
killed
you
me.
are.
So, and the suffering. Let's see. Phillies can suck my balls. Mario Wonder is amazing. And I started to play a Dead Space remake tonight.
Yeah, I heard you like being like, ooh, this looks amazing.
I really want to fucking I really want to get Alan Wake 2.
Okay, that's what you're kind of looking forward to.
So, but he wants to, guess the good guy. His birthday was a Tuesday. I'm saying, how you doing?
Was that
Oh,
English?
no.
What did he just?
Yeah,
I don't even know what he
was.
just. I don't know what he just said just now.
I said, if anybody was a gift, the guy, Alan Wake 2 for his birthday was Tuesday. How you doing? Just jokes.
Well, I hope that besides the Phillies taking a nasty L, that you did enjoy your birthday.
Yeah.
Now
did.
you're officially a part of the 40s club, so have fun with
Yeah,
that. I ain't
fucking
gonna
50
be here
years.
for another 10 years, so I can roast you until
Word.
then.
Another 20, I can fucking jump off a bridge. I don't know.
Okay, don't do
I
that.
hope you don't do that.
We have to advise against that.
Happy
Jesus.
birthday. Happy belated birthday,
Happy
man.
belated
Thank you,
birthday.
thank you.
Hope you get a good one. Thank you so much, Cobra, for the 2. He says, God, they did MJ's face model dirty.
Okay.
They did. I don't know if you guys seen what MJ, like the model of MJ, but she's
I have.
gorgeous.
I've
She
seen
looks
her,
like
yeah.
a perfect Mary Jane.
Can y'all
she's
link that in
she's hot.
in the private chat? Because I don't know what she looks like.
Let me see if I can bring it up. Actually, she is very, very pretty. She looks like the perfect Mary Jane. It is crazy what they came up with instead.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but I don't really have a problem with how the new character model looks, except the fact that she looks a little bit older. Like she looks like Aunt May in the fucking Disney version.
Oh shit.
She looks like a MILF.
Yep.
Hey, yeah.
No, I'll tell you what was jarring to me. Looking at Peter for the first, and I played Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS5, and I don't know if they made that change. But when I first saw him in the Spider-Man 2, I said, "Oh my god! Oh
Yeah,
wow.
that's her right
Hello,
That's her. Yep.
What? Why would they alter? Yikes. Okay.
Ah, she's fucking hot.
Yeah,
That's like
she
that's
looks
like an
the
ongoing
perfect Mary
thing.
Jane. Yeah,
That's like an ongoing thing where like the character models that they
My slips
use,
too.
like the people that they use look way better than the actual characters in game for some reason.
I got a theory
Like-
behind that, and I don't. My fault, TJ. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because they did that with Dina on The Last of Us Part 2. The Dina doesn't look
Yeah.
attractive in the game, but like when you see her in like the actual actress, she looks good. So I don't understand why they do that.
Yeah, she got a YouTube channel too. It got to be like a royalty thing. like for like
I don't-
likeness and images, it gotta be that, you know, because it ain't.
I think you're being too nice to them. I think that this is very much deliberate and
Nah.
not because of some royalty. Like a model wouldn't do that though, you know. Like if
No,
you
no, no, no.
you
I
want
mean,
work, like you're not gonna
well, no, but
lock
Cassie,
your
that I
likeness.
get. I get that. No, I'm thinking it's Insomniac or even Naughty Dog, and for the case of Dina, I think they're doing that purposely just to be like, all right, because it got to be a royalty thing tied to it. I don't know if y'all remember, but you know, there's an issue with tattoos in NBA 2K, and like there's
Yeah.
a big, and I'm not a person with tattoos, and I don't understand it, but apparently the tattoo artists want for their work, so like they had to alter their image a little bit.
for Randy Orton.
Well, that's because that basically, you know, some of these people that get these tattoos, they get copyrighted material tattooed on them. So
Yeah,
that's what makes it like
Randy Orton's got copyright. I had to take his away.
Oh,
yeah, if you put like the Superman logo on your arm,
well, of course,
Yeah,
you know,
like
it's problematic, you know?
what's some dude's name? Braun Strowman. He has the Superman logo on his arm, and then when you
Yeah.
play the games, you see it removed from the game, obviously because it's copyright.
Yeah.
I want to go back and see because TJ, y'all brought that up, and it just made me think about Shaquille O'Neal because he has that tattooed on his arm as well. And I don't know if it was removed in 2K6. I remember I used to play 2K6 because he was on the Heat, if I remember right at that point. But
Yeah,
I wonder if that's removed.
I wonder how good their like their ability to, you know, make a realistic character because it's been a long time. I had 2K6. I would love to go back to it out of curiosity, just in general.
You know,
Because
with
I
that
remember
question
back
in mind,
then.
I actually kind of starting to question FIFA's ability to do that too. Because some of the characters, they do not look like anything like the actual players.
Be like that.
And speaking
Some
of
of them look like they're built like fridges.
speaking of animation, Cassie, I hope you don't mind me promoting this, but Digital Foundry, John Lennon over there, he just had an interview with I believe this gentleman's name is Mike from Insomniac. There's a reason why they don't go more realistic in games, and I'm just going to like kind of sum it up a little bit from what I heard. It's like that wasn't their artistic goal. Their artistic goal was just to be a little bit more like The Last of Us 2 was like super realism. It said their goal wasn't photorealism. The goal was just more like an animated style. So, and I still like the way that this game looks, even in performance mode. TJ, and Cassie, I'm not sure which mode, or Callie, I'm not sure which mode you guys are
Mostly
playing.
played in performance.
I play in performance mode. I'm not a Neanderthal that plays in 30 frames per second. Like I'm not doing
Okay,
that.
well, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ, not wrong though. Hey, listen, man, it's a crying shame, man. That 30 frames. I was playing that 120 for in the very like the first hour, bruh. Whew. It's good because like it caps itself according to my like I got a OLED C1 LG C1, and according to that frame rate, it was like 70 to 80, and it was like 60 during the cutscenes or whatever, but
Yeah.
like 70 to 80, and it felt really good. Like
And
the
VR
VR
stabilizes that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, Lord.
it's good.
And if you game on PC, you already know how NVIDIA get down because I got G-Sync on the TV, and I guess it just
Right.
works in tandem with PS5 and everything. I say it feels good. It felt really good. I turned it off. I only turned it off just because I was like, I just wanted to experience it because I don't really play games on that OLED. I normally would play games from back here. I didn't record any footage this time around, so I just figured I'm making a different type of content. It's like ain't no need, so I put the PS5 back there, and it's super lit. We'll get into the game when it's time, but
Yep.
I'm having a blast, boy. But no, but
That's
the
it.
animation style was different.
But then
I
to
got
address what you were saying, so there was a change. So the face model for Spider-Man 2018, then they remastered it and they switched to the character model face that we see now. So between there, and they said something with like there was an issue where they would have Yuri, the voice actor for Peter. They were saying that there was an issue trying to align his face with that particular character model and it wasn't working properly. So they had to switch models to someone that matched more of his facial structure so that when he did facial capture, when he would do his lines and motion capture, that would be more synced up and it would make more sense. So that's why they switched the character model's face in Miles Morales as well as Spider-Man 2. So that's why they changed that.
I feel like that was like that reasoning was bullshit. To be honest, I feel like they just didn't want to pay the actual actor who they got for the body of Peter Parker.
And
I mean,
speaking
I
of
would
face
usually
changes,
think that, but they actually said that it was because like their facial structures don't match, so they was having a hard time animating it while they was in development. That's why, like, they did it, but they just didn't want to have a hard time working on the next games doing it again. So that's why they went and got somebody else.
No, TJ, I think you're 100% right on that. And if Yuri, I believe is the gentleman's name. If he really had a problem with it, there's no way he's coming back for Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
There's no way he's coming back for that. Hey, real quick, is he married to the girl in the game?
You mean in real life?
Yeah, he's married to.
Is that the case?
I'm
Okay.
not sure.
All right, let me fall back on that because I could have swore I heard that Yuri, the real life person named Yuri, is married to Yuri in the game. Is like she was like a police officer in the first one.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. I thought they were married. I might be wrong on that. I could have swore
That
I
might
heard
be.
that.
That might be the case.
I'm not too sure.
I do some
real
more
quick, guys.
research.
I've been playing Spider-Man. I've playing a little bit of Fortnite. I copped Michael Myers in Fortnite, and he looks okay. He gets my seal of approval. Okay, I love this dude more than anyone else does. Okay, you know that's my guy. Michael Myers is my guy. The Fortnite model of Michael Myers gets my stamp of approval. He looks on point. Okay, it is awesome. It is insane that I get to play as Michael Myers in Fortnite. But I approve, even though it is absolutely ridiculous. At least Fortnite gets it right with the character models most of the time. I will say their Gears of War character models kind of suck, but
how about that? How about the Vegeta?
Vegeta's head is fucking enormous in the game. It's like ridiculous. They do not get the anime characters right most of the time. They have had some successful character releases that are anime style, but Dragon Ball Z is a little shaky. Gohan and Piccolo look pretty good. Goku and Vegeta not so much, but yes. Michael Myers Fortnite is a dub.
So is Jack Skellington. He looks fucking dope too.
Yeah. Jack Skellington. He what is his name? Skellington or
Jack Skellington.
Skellington, yeah, he looks really good too. It was pretty insane. They did their thing with that, so I am happy to see that. Spider-Man, been running through that. I beat the game. Now I'm just like mopping up the side missions and stuff. I'm gonna get the plat for it. It's pretty easy, so why the hell not? That's been going well. Been watching a lot of horror flicks as of late. I end up watching the original Halloween like multiple times during this time of year. I've been like in the mood, and I've been avoiding getting sick. Okay, like I felt I had like a slight sore throat yesterday, and immediately I've just been like on consistent medication. So fighting that while watching some horror flicks, being in the season, in the atmosphere of Halloween, and obviously wearing my Halloween gear and stuff. So I'm hyped for it. I'm going to try not to be, it is a thing where I'm sick every Halloween. I don't know why. It just happens, but I'm fighting it. Okay. I intend to be better by the time the 31st hits. But yeah, I just been watching, I watched Dressed to Kill. I need to watch The Crow. What else did I watch? I watched a whole bunch of horror movies. Like it's been a good time. It's just being in that atmosphere and whatnot. It's just overall fun to me. I enjoy Halloween season, even if I'm sick. So we're gonna make the best of it. But real quick, shout out to Crow. Appreciate you pulling up. Triple Z, good to see you. Deathmaster, always good to see you, my man. Mason Games, my boy Alex vs. Evil. Always appreciate you being here. Who else? Arcade Phenomenon, good to see you. Lady Foxfire, really good to see you. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight.
What's up, lady?
FTW, yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you can, hit the like button, really helps me out. Emmanuel here says, "Hold it down, hustle." Hell yeah.
Oh man, don't tell me that. Ain't that like the disrespectful thing? TJ, you can confirm this, right? I think I'm talking too much. My fault.
There's two ways to perceive holding it down. Perhaps more than two.
That's what she said.
Oh.
Exactly. He says, "Oh, that voice actor who played Spider-Man is married to Yuri, voice actress in real life." Okay, so Black Cobra can indeed confirm that first. Appreciate you. Oh man, we got the homie pulling up Dante's rant room. Yo, hope you're doing well, bro. Always good to see you. But moving to the first topic, because I think we're all happy to see that the ABK deal is finished. We don't have to argue about this anymore. But like the question is, what's next for Xbox after this acquisition? Like, where are we headed now? That they've, this is major merger. They have to obviously restructure things and have a new game plan. because this is, this. I think that that's what Microsoft needs the most. They need structure. They need a game plan. I think that they can succeed. They could do well, but they need to be on top of their shit. And it can't be ignored that this is the biggest merger in gaming history. I feel as though I can't really think to any other period except with when they got Bethesda. So in recent years, this is the biggest merger, and they've given us some information on as to how this shakes things up for Microsoft. And so here, pull this up. So the leadership is changing, and things are being reorganized, and it confirmed that Matt Booty is now the president, LOL, of game content and studios. Mr. Booty is president. That is insane. A role that includes ZeniMax, Bethesda's arm of the company. Sarah Bond is now the Xbox president and overseeing the entire platform. Chris Capicella steps down from the CMO position after 32 years at Microsoft and will be replaced by Takashi Namoto. But it's good to see that they have a plan. Because I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but at least with last generation, I always question that with them. Like, I always question their leadership. I always question, what do they really have a plan, or are they just, throwing shit at the wall? But this is a different Xbox. They're, whether you like what they have going on or not, there's some things I like about Xbox in modern day. There's some things that I don't like about Xbox in modern day. But I think that they're really trying to improve from last generation, because they kind of were dropping the ball. But I don't know how you guys feel about Xbox and the ABK deal and how this all, how this all comes around full circle. But I'm overall, I'm just happy to see that things are picking up. And it's interesting to see Sarah Bond become the president. I know that she's been, working with Xbox for quite a few years now.
Yeah, she's cool.
So shout out to her for that.
Does anybody know how long she's been there? That's what I was trying to look for.
Is it the black girl? Black girl, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she's cool. Yeah, she's always up there talking and stuff. Yeah, she got a good speaking voice. No, I like her a lot.
Yeah, I think that is a good fit. I think that she knows how to speak to the consumer as well as do her job. So
yeah,
that's always a good thing. And apparently she's only been with Microsoft since 2017. So hey, that's
she's not bad. I like her.
Yeah,
good for her.
Killing the game. Yeah, I mean,
I'm happy this is fucking over. Let's get this shit moving again. Let's on the fucking show. You bought it now. Now you're sitting on some of the most fucking gaming franchises probably ever. Of all, you're sitting on a shit ton of fucking games now. It start to show what the fuck you got up your sleeves. You got Call of Duty. You own the fucking multiplayer market. You own it now. It's yours.
Word Arcade Phenomena says, I want to see Elder Scrolls 6. I want to see Elder Scrolls 6 within my lifetime. All right. I'm hoping it will happen. I'm not the biggest Skyrim fan. I'm a huge Elder Scrolls Oblivion fan, though. So I'm been waiting for the next thing for a long time.
I think their next big thing they need to do. Well, eventually, Call of Duty will be on Game Pass next year. That's a fucking no-brainer. If not, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if they try to push that shit out for this holiday season to be on there. But I'm not sure what the deal is.
Well, as far as the Call of Duties and those different Activision games coming to Game Pass, Phil Spencer just recently said in an interview with Tina Amini. They'd actually posted this interview to YouTube. He said it's not like a simple, hey, we own them now. They're just gonna come over to Game Pass immediately. He said those things will take some time. So probably next year. I'm more excited about different revenue coming there so they can make their own version of The Last of Us or try to get the Marvel license and and try to because Cassie put me onto the Punisher, which I still need to buy that, by the way. But you put me onto the Punisher.
I need to buy it again, to be real.
Or make some remakes. Make the remakes of those fucking awesome Transformer games that they made. Another big one and a huge one would to bring WoW to consoles.
Yeah, well, I saw Xbox too, and Jess Corden said that's in the make. Here's one that I would like to see other people get their hands on. That's Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, Ultimate Spider-Man 2, but as well. But
Yeah.
you know, Activision kind of
PS2, yeah.
owns. That's why it's not wild to nobody else when you just say that out loud. Like the Xbox owns Activision, and Activision owns everything else. Like that's not wild to nobody else. Is it just me?
Yeah, it is insane. We live in unprecedented times. That
I
is
hate
to
to
say the least.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it. This is just the cusp of it. They're going to own more places. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
down another. I say not right now. Another maybe 5 years. I'm telling you, they're eyeing up Sega. They've been eyeing up Sega for a really long fucking time. Sega will be
no.
next.
They don't. Why do they need to buy Sega? They've always had a good relationship. Why do they necessarily need to own Sega?
To own it.
Why?
That's not a good reason.
What was the reason for owning Activision?
Primarily for phone gaming. They want to improve their gaming division when it comes to cell
Well,
phones.
think about it. They'll have one of the biggest like fucking mascots ever, Sonic, under their fucking umbrella. That would be crazy.
And people tend to forget, for a company to be purchased, they have to want to be bought. So
I think they do.
I don't see Sega.
Why would they? Why do
Yeah,
they?
Sega doesn't have. They don't have a reason to. They're making their own money. They don't need to be bought by anybody right now.
They're not.
I don't see the point.
They're not making that much money.
It's like when it's the other side of the aisle, and PlayStation dudes is like, well, PlayStation needs to go out and buy Square Enix. Why?
No.
PlayStation already has an amazing relationship with Square Enix. Why do they need to go out of their way to buy them? It makes no sense. You're spending absorbent amount of money for what? You guys already have a great relationship.
Yeah.
Continue that relationship with whatever you guys got going on. It's the same thing with Sega and Microsoft. They have a great relationship.
No, that was the other company that makes the fucking football games in Xbox. What the fuck they call it? EA and Xbox. They have a really good relationship. I'm surprised they don't fucking know them by now.
That's because EA will have to want to be bought, and they don't want to be bought. This is the whole point. That's what I'm saying.
Look, Oz, do you want to go through this ABK deal situation again? Is that like what? Does this get you off, sir?
No, don't. But I hate to say it, this shit's gonna happen more often than we think.
You know what, hot take? I'd actually want to see that. I actually want to see that again.
Oh my god!
I loved how people were crying out every time when it came to that news.
Do you know people have centered their entire channels around this deal?
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. They have nothing to talk about now. They have nothing to talk about now.
I'm the asshole that's like, I don't care if it gets me extra views. I'm just going to do what I want to do, even if everyone else is just following the same trend. I'm just
like laughing at all the fucking Sony ponies. I didn't think this shit was going to happen. I think it's fucking hilarious. I know
there's a lot of receipts out there.
Oh yeah, bro. There's to the fucking sky. Oh, this ain't gonna happen. Oh yeah, okay.
I'd love to see a documentary, and I think I said this before, but I'd love to see.
Oh yeah, that'd be great
on this entire thing. Not like a YouTube, like an actual.
Just behind the scenes, just to hear some of the conversations, like all the court shit. Put that on tape. Put all the conversations that like got like they got it started. That'd be fucking cool.
I do want to piggyback off something that you said earlier, Callie. They said they plan on buying more stuff. I'm like, damn, how much more do you need? Like for me, like I'm just like, they don't need that, because you're gonna run into a situation like Embracer Group. I don't know if y'all remember, but Embracer Group just let go like 20,000 people or whatever it was. It was
the problem with Embracer was that they didn't really have a plan as Xbox does. All they were depending on was getting money from their investors in order to buy these studios and hopefully to pay them back. But obviously that crashed and burned.
Yeah, they fell on their face hard. Disney, I don't know if you guys remember, but Disney's rumored to buy
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Well,
Disney is in no position to buy anybody because of the Fox deal.
They still have a lot of they still have a lot of money.
That a lot of people don't want to compare Disney
you actually want to know the story. They spent money that they didn't actually have in order to buy Fox because they were trying to outbid Comcast. So that bit them in the ass.
and they haven't seen a return on all this money that they spent on Fox. They own, it's crazy. They own all of these Fox properties now. Some of the greatest franchises ever, and they don't have no idea how to make a return on it. It is mind blowing to me. And I think a lot of that, honestly, is that they've completely just divested in physical media. They don't want to put they don't want to put Alien 2 on 4K Blu-ray. They don't want to do any of these things that would make them, a small return on investment. But they don't know how to transfer all this money that they've invested in Fox into revenue. They can't even make money on their films right now. So I don't think that Disney is in there. People don't realize this. Disney might be looking to sell. Warner Brothers is looking to sell. They are so fucked financially. They're looking to get out at this point. When you're thinking of the whole world, this landscape of entertainment as we know it, the next 10 years, things are going to change so drastically in ways we've never seen before.
There's a big rumor that Google wants to buy them.
There's a lot of different people. Consolidation is happening. It is happening. It's happening in every landscape of entertainment right now. It is going to be problematic. I mean, I from the beginning, and mind you, I'm not really necessarily against Microsoft or for Microsoft having acquired, ABK, Activision Blizzard. To me, I'm just indifferent to it. There's positives and negatives about it. But I do voice the reality. Look at the landscape of film right now. There are freaking 4 companies that own just about every important freaking piece of entertainment in terms of film and television. 4, and they're looking to consolidate even more. It is scary.
My argument
Everything
against
feels
that
the
is that
same.
that more competition grows after those big companies start to slow down, because you're seeing it now. They are starting to slow down in terms of how they're doing profit wise, which is allowing these smaller companies to start up and just eat their shares of revenue.
But as soon as they start up, they're going to get bought out.
Not necessarily. Some of them want to grow. That's why you see new companies emerge.
They don't want them to grow, though.
Yeah, it's I think that when it comes to video games, it's easier for indie to succeed. When it comes to, television or film, it's definitely harder. It's not impossible, but it's definitely harder. They don't really recognize indie as much. But there are some good indie, companies out there. What is it? A24, whatever. They're good. They're independent. And that's good to see. And I definitely want to support that for sure. And we do, if you care, if you're, a gamer and you're concerned with the reality that consolidation is a thing, definitely support indie companies. Definitely do your thing. Put your money where it counts. Obviously I'm not saying don't buy from the big corporations. At the end of the day, do what you want to do, but also buy, games from smaller companies. That's what helps. That I buy tons of indie games in hopes of seeing things, seeing them succeed and grow. And
I hear that
awesome.
a lot. I hear that a lot in terms of people say, oh, there's not any new or refreshing or revolutionary games that come out. But if all you play are double and triple A games, then you're going to deal with stagnation. Indie games are where the fresh ideas come from. Anything that you want where there's some new idea, or even ideas that you've already played in the past, but they're just done in a new way, you'll get that with indie games. Me playing Sea of Stars this year, that's nothing new. They didn't reinvent the wheel, but they took the wheel and they made it more effective. So my point is, when you want new games or you want new things to play that'll, get you out of that stagnant feel of, oh, this the same rinse and repeat formula that, the major third-party companies as well as, Microsoft, Sony do. You want to get something new, you support indie games that bring that to the table.
Yep.
I think that's why I like Mario Wonder so much, because it's kind of like a step back. It's a AAA game. It's a AAA game. It is, but it still has that retro aspects to it, to being still at its roots, but still offers a lot of new shit. But it keeps it fucking simple.
Yeah.
It understands what the fuck it is. It understands, okay, we're a fucking Mario game. Well, we got, but we had some new fucking flavor. We had a new graphics. You could do some cool shit, but it's still at its core, it's a Mario game.
Yeah. No, I hear you with that. Real quick, shout out to Black Cobra. Thank you so much for the $2. He says, imagine Microsoft buys Disney. Big yikes. Big yikes. Who knows, man? I hear that Warner Brothers is really setting up to sell off. So
They
who
can't
knows?
sell off immediately. They just got done
No.
with the merger. That would be
They're-
illegal
they're
to sell right away.
No, it's a multiple year plan. Who knows? You never know, man. It's
What if they end up merging into one company?
I don't know. It'd be weird.
I think the government would slap that with a big old no.
Yeah.
Why? Disney has a lot of leeway.
Warner Brothers and Disney are practically two of the biggest studios in Hollywood. So
I mean, for counting out, fucking Disney practically owns Florida. I mean, they have the leeway.
They have a few loopholes, but eventually, if they were to try a few more acquisitions, they would get stopped by the government as well. Like, they're not free from it, but they've done enough to where it's not annoying and that the government has to intervene.
Yeah.
Because essentially, like, it was looking like Disney was going to become a monopoly, and that there's nothing cool or fun about that. And it's actually working out to the favor of the people that were against it, because they're now getting crushed by the fact that they own so many properties, and the majority of them are not doing that well. Like, outside of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the majority of the releases that they've done recently have all been relatively, they've been failures. So,
Yep. And Dante's Rant Room, thank you so much for the 5. He says, is Disney even doing well financially now? A lot of their movies recently have been a disappointment, except maybe Guardians of the Galaxy. And from what I've heard, when you account for like the actual production budget, then the marketing, they made money, from what I heard, but not a substantial amount of money.
They probably just broke even with that movie.
Yeah, it's really, and from what I heard, this summer hasn't been that good for the Disney theme park. I heard that is a big deal. They were selling tickets at a discount during the summer.
Oh,
that's not good.
Probably not even that big of a discount.
What if
Disney? Like the fuck.
What if Nintendo bought Warner Brothers?
I don't think Nintendo has a reason to go into
why would they have
movies.
to?
They don't want to get involved in that.
Because of the Super Mario Brothers movie.
That's different. That's just licensing out their IP.
Yeah, but that made them a lot of fucking money.
But they can still achieve what they want without dealing with a massive merger situation.
Yeah, they can.
Nintendo has proven they're okay with playing small ball. They're perfectly fine with that. They know how to get what they want without necessarily a huge overreach. They've proven it countless times before. But is there anything you guys are hoping to see more than anything else from Microsoft now owning Activision?
I don't care. I'm gonna be honest.
I hope they actually revive some of their old IPs. And I don't really care. I don't really care for the license games, to be honest. I do care more about their original IPs.
I know they want to bring they've been hinting at Guitar Hero. They want to bring that back pretty bad.
See, my issue with that is that really going to sell?
Is it going to make money? Is the question, because the licensing is going to be ridiculous.
They got the money now.
I don't understand how licensing of music works, to be completely honest with you. But when I'm seeing like
the way the licensing, they have to pay the royalties to the music companies specifically. It's always a certain amount, like a set amount.
Do they own? Does Microsoft own a music studio or any type of music service? Well, fuck that's on their fucking bucket list. Spotify, watch out!
Oh my god, no, Jesus.
Spotify doesn't own music. They just play music. They're just a streaming platform.
Yeah, they're like a funneling device essentially. But my concern is like, at least with music, because when I look at Rockstar and they're like, yeah, we're not licensing all the music that we used to have in the old GTA games. I'm assuming that's extreme. It's so much more costly now than it was back in the day. So bringing back Guitar Hero, I would imagine that is a very expensive endeavor. I don't know if you guys remember, what is it? Rock Band? Yeah, Rock Band. There was a Rock Band that came out on the PS4 back in the day. or like early PS4 gen, and every song was like super expensive. So I imagine it'd be really hard to see a profitable avenue for a Guitar Hero in modern day.
The best thing they would have to do for that is make it a free to play, and just fucking
But
sell you songs through like a fucking battle pass.
you know how much of a loss that they would have to
I
take on that
fucking
off the
hate the
bat?
battle pass model.
Hey, it works though.
Not
For a Guitar
necessarily.
Hero, that sounds
There's been a
insane.
lot of battle royals that kind of withered away because of the battle pass stuff.
Yeah, at this point, there's so many, like, there's these companies, these games that already own the market share when it comes to battle pass. There's only so many battle passes one person can have, every 3 months, and manage to finish them all. So that's what makes it difficult when that headspace is already pretty much like taken up. Yo, shout out to Black Cobra for the 2. He says, "Bring back Prototype, please, for the love of God.
Yeah.
I would love to see
I
it."
agree.
That would
They're
be
good
amazing.
games. They're actually pretty
Hell
funny
yeah.
games.
Yep. But yeah, I would love to see a lot of their retro stuff come back. Even if they're just like basic ports, I'd rather have that than have nothing at all. Just like game preservation in general is something that is concerning to me, and even Sean Layden was talking about, and that's our next topic. But and we might as well jump into it because yeah, even Sean Layden was saying like basically he's concerned with physical media, not physical media, but game preservation as a whole. And former PlayStation boss says it's criminal the industry isn't doing more to preserve games. As Microsoft buys Activision, Sean Layden also warns of threat of to creativity from consolidation. And you know what? These are things that, I completely understand that perspective, because even I was saying like, while I think that it might be a positive if Microsoft does buy Activision, because I mean, I think it's fair to say at this point that Activision's all their IPs are in the worst state right now. A lot of their long-standing franchises are kind of at their low points. I don't see how it could get any worse under Microsoft, and that's something that's been pushed by people that are, I guess on the PlayStation side of things, like, oh, like things are gonna get worse with Activision. It's like, how much worse can things possibly get under Microsoft? I personally don't feel that way, but if one thing that definitely needs to pick up, and you Hustle, you did bring up an article that even I was discussing previously, where basically game preservation is terrible
Mhm.
in the gaming medium. It's one of the worst things. And just to share this real quick, study shows 87% of classic video games are unavailable to play right now, and that's sad. It's so sad to see that, because to me, gaming is my hobby and I love gaming, don't get me wrong, but it is also art, and we've always been taught to preserve art. And I'm glad that Sean Lenny brings it up. He said preservation is important. The ex-PlayStation US boss, who was chairman of the company's Worldwide Studios Group that left in 2019, told the podcast at Kotaku, "I'm hoping for more people in the industry, certainly the big players, to begin to realize that there's an obligation and responsibility. This isn't throwaway stuff we're making." And yeah, it's crazy to think that the industry just thinks that you don't have to preserve, or doesn't matter, or they're just pushing for the next best thing. I mean, I understand, like, this industry is hell bent on making money. I mean, that's what makes the world go around. But imagine like just all these games being lost to time. And Sean Lane says this is stuff that should be around for a long time, because future generations will enjoy it the same way we have, and it's criminal that we're not doing more to protect it. Xbox boss Phil Spencer recently said he'd like to find ways to ensure that hundreds of Xbox 360 titles aren't lost when the console's digital store closes next year. And it's like, it's nice that you're concerned, but what are you guys doing about it? They said although users will still be able to re-download their previous purchases for the foreseeable future, after July 29, 2024, it will no longer be possible to buy any more games or DLC from the Xbox 360 marketplace. While many of these games will still be playable via other means, around 220 of them will essentially disappear forever, Video Game Chronicles analysis shows. in March of 2021, Sony announced plans to, they announced those plans to shut down the Vita, the PS3, PSP stores, and they did get a lot of backlash for that. But I'm just overall, I'm glad that more people are speaking up about it, because nobody is really like, nobody else is, and that's kind of been the thing. And I just realized I haven't been showing this article.
Oh,
Oops.
Big
But
L.
yes, but this is what I was reading from, guys. But yeah, I'm glad that Sean Layden's been speaking out on it, and just to show you guys this other article too, the study. I'm glad that more people are speaking up about it, but it's dire, man. It's like, it's crazy to think that games prior to 2010, 87% of them are not viable, and the only other option is to essentially steal, like piracy. And like I said, I've been in full support of piracy because it is preservation, and I get dogged on for it. I don't care. Okay, like piracy is for multiple reasons. It is a statement. It is for game preservation. Those are the two important things about it. When it comes to people that pirate video games, it's not really just blatantly to steal. It is always, it's one of those situations where you're always going to have those people that don't care. They'll never buy a game. They'll just steal it. I get that. But most people do it because they either want to play games that they can't play anymore, or they deal with companies that are some fucking heinous, like they do some heinous things, and it is a protest. But yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I know that, Hustle, you're a bit of a retro guy. And
yeah,
it's something that I'm sure bothers you when you do look at the numbers.
bothers me to no end. Seeing that number is shocking. Now, a lot of those games that you can't play anymore, those were like Atari games, those were like the Pico games, those were like the Odyssey games. Those were games that came out in the 70s. As far as what Sean Layden is saying, shout out to him, man, because we need somebody in that position to say, hey, yo, we have to preserve this like we preserve music, like we preserve movies, like we preserve. It's not hard to get access to that type of stuff. All right, I kind of bought some games out. Just bear with me, y'all.
Hell yeah.
GTA,
Okay.
classic GTA trilogy, right? When I know that the definitive edition is out, even though this is the definitive. Ooh, that word kicking my ass. The definitive edition. Oh my god, the definitive edition lacks certain music from this one because they took the music off. Let me just little shit like this, and you can still buy this off eBay for like next to nothing. By the way,
Bro, the fact that you can't go like in San Andreas when you go to the to go work out, bro, the fact that you don't hear Funky President bothers me. Like, it literally bothers me. I go there to hear James Brown sing. Okay, that's literally what it is. And the fact that it wasn't there, I'm like, yo, this feels like a shill.
Now you can still buy that game digital, but a game that you can't buy digital as of right now, and they keep talking about bringing it back. Def Jam Fight from New York is another game that you cannot buy. That you cannot buy digital, and like it's trapped on like the PS2 and the Xbox and the GameCube. Def Jam, NBA Streets Volume 2. If they were to remake this today, that music from Nelly and the Saint Lunatics and different features in that game, it would not be an up-to-date version. I bought out Shaolin Monks for a reason too. Yeah, Mortal Kombat is still striving. Mortal Kombat 1 is apparently doing numbers at the moment, but y'all know Ed Boon and them, they don't like to re-release their old stuff. If for whatever reason, I don't know.
Actually, you can actually still buy that on GOG.
Oh, okay. So you can't get this on PC. All right. So I'm not much of
a
GOG.
you can.
Yo, you can't get it on Steam now?
No. GOG is more into reviving old games to sell.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think
okay.
GOG is a really good like
it's owned by CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, it's one of the few alternatives I actually don't mind.
Now, but there's one game. Well, there's a couple games that you can't really get your hands on right now. What's up? Oh, my fault.
There is a bit of an issue with that. A lot of those games that you pulled, like GTA with the music, a lot of that comes down with licensing again.
Yep.
Some games can't be revived because they don't want to bother to pay for that because they don't think it would be worth it.
Mm-hmm. But
and not only that, but like it's also
crazy to think. It's crazy to think that Rockstar. To me, there is no way it wouldn't be worth it with at least the original GTA, like GTA 3, San Andreas, and GTA, even GTA 4. Like all these games, if you did genuinely good remasters of them, you can't tell me that they wouldn't sell exponentially well.
Oh, yeah, of
If
course.
that's the case, then it's like, what we just reject old games entirely? These are some of the most like these are some of the games that had so much like importance. Like they've defined the PS2 era, at least San Andreas and prior. They've defined the PS2 era. You're telling me, like, it's crazy to think that they do not want to license these games. It's crazy to think that they actually released remaster of it and it was an absolute abomination. And they still continue to release that abomination of a remaster, thinking it's remotely acceptable.
There's a lot, and one of you guys had brought it up earlier about licensing. I believe it was you, Cali Rex. Hey, TJ, here's a game that we will never see a remake of ever. Do you know how much money
you have that game?
Yeah. Do you know how much money?
I had that game, but I have to question: is it worth it? Would it be worth?
Would
Does anyone want to see that game again? I heard the sequel was really good, but I got that game for Christmas, and it wasn't that good. I heard that one is good, and I didn't fucking get it. I'm so sad.
But the fact that it's lost, like you can't even get this digital.
True.
I don't think you can. You might, if you can get this off GOG, shout out to GOG. But I don't think you can get half of the stuff that I'm showing you. You can't get a digital. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There was a big campaign. Like the only way to own this game now, aside from buying it, and I got the Dreamcast version over there somewhere, is getting the arcade 1-up machine.
Yep, the cabinet.
$700. This game ain't worth $700.
That one?
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
not.
God.
Yeah, it's the arcade cabinet itself. It's worth $700.
I think it went up in price because I don't think it was that when it came out, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, okay, maybe it's $600.
My boy Blake bought the arcade cabinet.
Yeah, I think it was $5.
Yeah,
must have went up $500.
Yeah.
But it is a lot, and it does have Wi-Fi, so you can play online against people too. So it's not like you're just offline with it.
I mean, well, I get it, but it's just it's
a hefty price. It's a hefty price, man.
It is.
And in an arcade cabinet, I mean, not that many people have space for an arcade cabinet. I own one in my house, and even that, it takes up space. Not a lot of people have space like that for an arcade cabinet. They just want the game. That's
and those 1-up arcades, you have to remember, like an actual like if you go to an arcade, those cabinets are about $1,500 to $2,000. So and you'll be paying a lot. And even like the chip that they use for like if you want to replace the like if something happens with the game, you're spending a few $100s to get that repaired. So it's not a cheap thing to have in your home. So arcade 1-up, even though it is expensive, it's much cheaper than having the actual arcade cabinet in your home.
Indeed. And and TJ, like the actual arcades for like a lot of games, they're much bigger than the arcade 1-up. So I got 2 of them sitting in my closet right now. We got a retro store out there in Chantilly, Virginia, an area that I used to frequent called East Starland. They had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 over there, and it's like online only, but it's an actual arcade cabinet, and those are way super big, and like the upkeep on them joints is insane. Real quick, Glinta, you might be getting the mini Dreamcast, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. Just go out and buy one. Just go out and buy one. You'll be all right. Just go out and buy one, mod it. I didn't mod mine, but it still works like a dream. Like,
I got a funny story for my Dreamcast. I actually found it in a trash can. Someone just threw it away, and it's perfectly fine.
Oh shit!
Wow,
lucky. It still work?
Yeah, to this day.
Oh my God! I had a Dreamcast for 1 month. 1 month. My brother ran through the controller cord, and like essentially boomeranged my Dreamcast across the room after having gotten it for Christmas and got to play Sonic Adventure 2 for a while. After that, 1 month. It was a nice month.
I have 2 of the Sega Sports, the black Sega Dreamcast. I have 2 of those in my possession. I mean, I haven't used either of them in I don't know how long because the monitor that I use is an ultra wide, and it doesn't have a VGA port, and the DVI that I use to convert the display for the Dreamcast doesn't work on this monitor, so I can't use it. But when I had my previous monitor, I was using it all the time. So that's how I was able to beat Sonic Adventure. I played, Jet Grind Radio. I played Crazy Taxi. I have Soul Calibur. I have, what is it, Showtime on NBA, I think it's called, on the Dreamcast. I
On
can't
2 joint,
remember.
right?
Yeah, it's on the Dreamcast. Yeah, it's the one with Shaq on the cover in his Lakers jersey. I still have that. I have
Wow.
Capcom vs SNK.
I got that too.
I have Power Stone. I have Sonic Adventure 2. So, and I was and I have what was the game on the Dreamcast? It's like a compilation where it has like Sonic the Hedgehog and Time Crisis and some other games. It's called Sega Smash Pack or
Smash
something like
Pack.
that.
Yeah, I thought about getting that. Yeah,
Is that a demo disc?
No, it's an actual
Nice.
disc that has all of those games on it.
Damn.
It got like 6
impressive.
different games on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ, I'm about to link you something that could
No, that's
possibly help you. I use something called a Retro Tank 5X. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. I'm trying to find. It's basically an upscaler though. Now it won't make your games ultra wide or anything, but where am I? Okay, but
It'll
what it
probably
will
be able to display on my my monitor.
Yes. Oh, wrong thing, Ricky. Yes, it will be able to display as long as you got like HDMI. It's like you just need the regular cords for your Dreamcast, and the output is HDMI. I capture a lot of my gameplay. I capture a lot, all that gameplay you see, with the exception of the Super Nintendo stuff, like the all the Dreamcast stuff that y'all gonna see from me. That's where it come from.
Okay,
Nice.
That's where the GameCube and what's that? GameCube and Nintendo. The Nintendo 64 streams I was doing back in the day. It was coming off the Retro Tank. I'm trying to find an actual price for you, but it's just like a godsend. And Mike Chi is he's the creator of it. He's making another one, but that other joint is the Retro Tank 4K. He said save like $1,000, and I'd be damned if I'm saving $1,000. I'm not doing that. I emulate all that shit before I pay $1,000.
Right.
Like it can't be me. But this one is like $300, but it's worth it though. It's well worth it, especially if you want to play it on the 4K TV.
Clearly, a lot of us want to pay for these games, but there's no like realistic avenue that has been created for us to buy a lot of these older games. And
other than eBay, unless you want to pay up the wazoo for some of these games.
Exactly. And at that point, even though I do collect, I do buy games off of eBay because I want to get, I want actual physical copies of these games. Like even that, it's like, what are you giving money to?
Yeah,
like
some of these games aren't even worth it because there's a lot of games that were shipped back in the day that go for high values. Just because they're limited.
At that point, you might as well emulate them. Like you might as well. What's the point? It's not like you're supporting a company to bring out more of said product. You're not doing any of that. So at that point, you might as well just fucking go get emulators for it.
I think there's also the other issue of like some of these games back when they were published, they didn't really have these deals inked down for who actually owned them. So now you just kind of can't get access to them because no one knows who owns them. Because the most recent example I actually found out was with Armored Core. I found out that Sega published 4, and I believe 3, but Bandai Namco published the rest. So if they ever want to go back and republish those, it's going to be tricky because licensing rights.
Yeah, it's a tough avenue to mitigate, but something needs to change. They have to improve something. Obviously the minis are cool, don't get me wrong, but I mean you're getting maybe in between 20 and 50 games out of over 1,000, give or take, for each each system that they represent. So that's not really the answer either. By all means.
See, I kind of think something like Game Pass would actually work to preserve games if the companies actually cared and didn't just like shut it down or do the Netflix route where once they lose the IPs, they'll just get rid of them off the service.
Oh my God, yo, Dante, you brought up a classic. He said went to a shop that was selling Zoid's Battle Legends for $100. Like, bruh, stop. Yo, I had that game on GameCube. That was my jam, bro.
I actually just found out about that game.
It's a fun game. I enjoyed it, man. I love Zoids back in the day. So
it kind of looks confusing to me.
Is very confusing, but is also awesome.
But
then again, also with with that game specifically, I haven't played it since I was like 12.
Hello?
So who knows how it holds
Hello.
up. Yo, Oz,
Okay.
you there again?
Yeah, he
Uh-oh.
muted himself. But so I'll say this, even though John reminded me that, we were in, we were united in regards to, I'll say, just disregarding limited run games just because of what transpired with I think it was the community manager that was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I did go there, and I went there with that. I completely forgot about it, but being in there reminded me of the love of retro gaming, because they had every single console there. They had everything. They had PSP games. They had PS Vita games that you can get. They had Super Nintendo. They had Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, Sega 32X. Like everything that you want was there on display. And they even had a few things. They had once you walk in, they had a glass case that had games that were autographed. So they had a copy of the PS2 version of Samurai Champloo that was signed, that they were selling for $250. I forgot who had signed it, and I think they had a copy of, it was a Dragon Ball Z game. I can't recall what it
I
was.
have the Samurai Champloo game.
Yeah, that game is not I think out of print, so it's it might have a little bit of a price on it, but that version in particular, because there was an autograph and it was from someone famous.
Oh yeah.
But they had another game that was signed by I think it was an animator for Dragon Ball. That copy of the game was $3,000.
Jesus.
Wow, that's insane. Holy shit.
Couldn't be me.
That's
Word.
exactly what I said when he told me that price. I said it couldn't be me. I was like, hey.
Yeah. Damn. No,
But
that
they preserve. They preserve games. You go there, and the thing about limited run, when I was there, a lot of the games that people wait 20 years for them to get, if it's something that's a little bit older, all of that is sitting in the store. So whether it's Windjammers 2 Collector's Edition or Windjammers or Hotline Miami, Ratchet and Clank, not Ratchet and Clank, what's the Jack and Daxter, the copies, all of the games that they have printed out before, they have sitting in the store. So that's why I said if I were to ever support them in any way again, I would not pre-order anything. I would just wait for the pre-orders to go out and then go to the store and just pick up whatever's available whenever it's available, because I'm not doing that long wait time.
Facts. I waited
it's
a year for Scott Pilgrim
Limited
versus
Run.
the World.
Yeah, I'm same here. It's like a really weird thing, excluding Limited Run with their whole stupid take with firing their community manager. But just how their model is, they have to wait until there is a complete version of the game before they can actually put it to disc or put it to cartridge. That's what they're supposed to do. Sometimes they have fallen short of that, but they have to wait till the complete version of the game, like the last update that completes the game, is there so that they can then put the game on disc or on cartridge to ship it out, because that's what their goal is.
My issue with limited run is that their prices are fucking outrageous sometimes.
It can certainly be, but I mean, they do provide a service that I think should be the norm for physical media, but unfortunately isn't, and that's just what comes with the scenario. But
I think that's why they can get away with the prices that they do, because no one else is providing a service the way they do, where indie games come to them so that they can be able to print and ship these games out with physical copies. And I mean, I can't knock them for it, because if there's no one else doing it to that degree, then they can make the prices and do what they want. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I never if you're looking for the collector's stuff, then that's when their prices are super outrageous. But when it comes to just their general pricing for a basic copy, I mean, it's a little bit more expensive than the regular release. But I mean, it is limited. They are worth money because of their limited release. You could turn around and sell it if you want to. They will retain their value, just specifically based on the limited resources that there are, limited amount of them, quantity out there. So, I mean, that's how you look at it, at least for me. Like, that's the reason why, I go out of my way to buy Nintendo's games physical, because they retain their value. So that's how I justify it. It's not like you buy like a, Madden, and then next year it's worth 50 cents. It's different. To me, those games I don't bother buying physical copies of, because why? It doesn't really, it's meaningless. It doesn't make sense.
And I always talk about this with everybody when we have these type of discussions, but the only game that I regret opening is Gravity Rush Remastered. And because apparently I didn't know that this was a thing. So Amazon was the only retailer that was selling a physical copy of that game. No one everywhere else was digital. So I have it. And when you look on eBay, I mean, I haven't checked in a while, but the last time I looked, it was about 100, 150. So it's one of those games where it was a limited run before a limited run. Like, it was that type of thing. So there's a few games that I have that are still wrapped. Like, I have Jack and Daxter, the precursor. I have that still wrapped up. I bought that from limited run, and I also have Hyper Light Drifter. I have that, and that's still wrapped up. So, and both of those are from limited run games.
Saturn Cup Gravity Rush Remastered, or I'm not sure if I have Gravity Rush 2. I think I do have Gravity Rush 2. I have Gravity Rush, but on Vita. That's why I chose not to buy the remaster, but I kind of regret
that remaster. Yeah, you in 60 frames. Yeah, it was beautiful. I enjoyed that game a lot.
Yeah, that's a solid game.
I'm looking at the prices on eBay now. They're like all over the place though. From like 60 though, they're starting at like 70, like working their way up. People got bids on them too. Now, Jesus, I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. I just happened to randomly look because I looked through my collection and I tried to look it up and I priced it.
And for Amazon of all places, like that's because y'all remember GameStop used to have like exclusives like that. Like they was like they had like 1 or 2 games to where it was like, hey, you can only get this thing here, and that was it. But man, what can I say?
Amazon did that a few times. I mean, with Arkham Knight, I bought that through Amazon, and it wasn't. I think it was the regular price, but because I bought it through them, when you bought it, and they gave you a free graphic novel with the game. I don't know where that graphic novel, but it's somewhere in here. And I haven't read it either. But the point is, like, they used to have special, incentives to get you to buy through them because that's what they do. So. Amazon doesn't really do that to my knowledge anymore. There's no incentive to buy any games on there other than Prime. But in terms of like actual collector's editions, they don't really have that anymore.
Black Cobra for the 5. Thank you so much, bro. He says, bring back Skylanders. That would be a massive hit, especially the amount of IPs they now own. Halo, Gears, Doom, so many others. That would be kind of crazy amount of time. I got into Skylanders, but I know it was a really popular thing. I mean, I collect the the amiibos, so it's kind of like in the similar vein, except Nintendo never really did a game that's centered around the amiibos, which I'm kind of surprised that they didn't, because you figure your install base would have been huge off the rip.
You know why they're not doing that though?
Why?
Because a majority of the people who buy amiibos don't even pull them out the plastic; they just keep them just in a box like Funko Pops.
True.
They just got them
That's
in
true.
Yeah.
That's what I do with my Funko Pops. I keep them in the box.
Y'all got it, man.
I forgot about Play Asia. Play Asia is another, storefront that does limited releases of physical games. I think they're the first retailer that I saw that had a physical copy of the Hotline Miami collection that I wanted to get, and it was only in Japanese at the time. And there's a few games that I bought from them as well that are physical copies. That there was a game, Shadow of the Beast, that was remade for the PS4.
That's a good game.
So they remade that for the PS4, and it was a digital only game. But China was the only, China was the only area that had a physical copy of the game. So I bought it.
That is so fucking random. Why China of all places?
I have no idea. And the thing about the copy is that it was in English. So I think it was for. I don't think it was for mainland China either. So that's what was funny about it.
It's hilarious. This Godzilla game is like $200 and a piece of shit. From what I
I never
recall.
heard of.
Oh,
Never
I
heard of
found
it.
a copy for $100 at a retro store near my college.
Wow. No, but
Although that
real
that
quick,
King Kong
Oz.
game is pretty shit though compared to the Godzilla one.
Yes.
I want to play the King Kong game so bad. I
the new
want
one?
just
The new one?
yes, just because I heard how fucking dank it is. Okay.
Well, rip your money then.
I
Well-
haven't purchased it. That's the only thing. I will play it. Hey guys, devs over that made Godzilla in a year. I mean, not Godzilla, King Kong. Give me a copy of your game and I will stream it. I will put myself through this torture. I'm not paying for your game, but hey, if you want me to suffer, because at this point I'm sure so many people have talked shit about your game, you would want to watch gamers suffer. Give me a copy of your game and I will suffer, and then you guys could all watch. And it's a dub for everyone. People get to see your game. Maybe some asshole will buy it, despite it being as horrendous as it is. Maybe some assholes will actually buy it because of how horrendously funny it probably is. And then we can go from there. I will suffer to play your craft or lack thereof. So
You know what? If someone should donate in the chat just to get you to buy it too.
I don't want
That's funny.
no guys. If you're in the chat, do not donate. I will not buy that game. I will not waste anyone's money on that game. If they gave me a free copy, yes, we could run it. But
How much is
if you
it? How much does it
if you
cost?
send super chats, I will not buy. I will not use them towards that game. I'm just letting y'all know.
Mm.
I want to see some torture here.
I think it's
Oh my
like
God.
30. I think
Let
I
me
could be
see.
wrong on that. I think it's like $30 though.
Let me see. Kong. What is it? Kong Skull. I know it's like Skull Island Kong. Oh yeah, Skull Island Rise of Kong. It's $40 right now.
Ooh.
So I have a question. Is my echo gone?
No, you sound fine now. What did you do to fix this?
I'm on my fucking shitty laptop. Yeah.
For your laptop is
Christ.
better than your phone.
Yes, please use that for now on. You sound a billion times better.
Good.
Denzel Washington King Kong. He got
Oh,
shit up.
shit.
What?
All
What?
right.
Yo, by the way, that fucking picture's awesome. That's Killer Kong, bro.
Killer
See
Kong?
this? Kong. There's a Japanese female wrestler, I do believe.
Oh, I
How
got
about
you.
that?
I got you.
Kill-
See, I
Killer
didn't know.
Kong. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see shit now. It's amazing. I can see.
Man, look, you guys are talking shit on the King Kong game, okay? But who knows? There could be some amazing fun there, okay?
Yeah.
Not the
Okay, look who's
intended
lying to
fun,
themselves
but
now.
fun. Okay? No,
It's
I
Michael.
can make that game fun for you guys to watch me suffer. That's pretty obvious, okay? That's definitely that's at least a fact, okay? I will suffer
If you do it,
if they give
But
me
you
a
gotta-
copy of the game.
you gotta do the whole game in the Trunks voice. That's the deal.
Okay, now see that would be even not. I could do the Trunks voice
know
consistently.
what?
We're gonna-
don't get me wrong.
We're gonna give you
challenge
pain
you gotta
and
platinum
suffering.
it.
Pain
gotta
and
platinum the
suffer.
Do you guys think that I could do this for multiple hours? Do you
What the fuck?
seriously think that this would be normal for
Do it.
multiple hours of a stream?
Horror.
Come on,
Do
now.
it. Do it.
You just want me to die, don't you?
Yep. Pain and suffering. Pain and
Oh
suffering.
my god! Of course,
We
I
got-
has to be the consistent piece of shit here.
Oh, we're gonna watch you play it.
$100 for Kong just to see you do that.
See? Hey, there you go.
Y'all need to
There
relax.
you go.
Yo, Dante right room for the 2, man. Thank you so much. He says I'd pay to watch you play that game.
That is insane.
Run that down. Do it. How much you willing to pay though? How you do?
Hey yo. Hey yo. Thank you so much, homie. All right, moving to the next topic, because Oz, I don't know how long you're gonna be here, given how things have been going
No,
tonight.
I'm
thus
not going.
far.
I'm not going anywhere.
We need to get your thoughts on Super Mario Wonder, because I know this is like your most anticipated game this year. How do you feel about
listen.
this game? Who else has played it, by the way?
I haven't
TJ.
played enough to be able. I played it a little bit, yeah.
You played it too? Okay.
I only played
So
a couple
I'm-
of levels.
I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a fucking lot. There's a lot of shit to do in this game. There's a lot. I don't want to ruin anything because there's actually like a pretty like I'm actually shocked. There's actually like somewhat of a story in a Mario 2D game. Like okay, this is cool. Bowser's a fucking a castle. He said, "Fuck, ruin it. I'm gonna be a castle."
I accidentally booted myself because my
Good job.
my mouse was dying, so I had to like plug it up, and I accidentally pressed like one of the side buttons on it.
Carbon
Like,
bitch.
get the fuck out of here!
No, but the voice actor, I really like. Oh man, I actually kind of prefer the original guy. I hate to say it. Hate to say it. It's okay.
Wow.
Don't get me wrong. Goji guy, I love him. I'm a huge Mario fan. You all know that.
Yes,
And
we
he
know.
will always will be the voice of Mario. Okay, but there's two different Mario's. He's more of the tune Mario. Let's go into the uppy, more toony. This guy, it seems to be more natural. Like he's not trying to like overtop it. He's not over the top with it. So it's more natural. So I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. And there's actually more of a difference between Mario and Luigi. See, I'm that fucking nerd. Oh, with Mario. There's there's more like I can actually tell between the voices between Mario and Luigi. There's a difference. I like the fact that they actually redid Princess Peach's face to look more like the movie. And the game actually kind of feels a little bit like the movie, a little bit. From what I can tell, some of the badges actually like matter and actually make the game more fun.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna tell you where you get it, but there's a badge I recently got, and it's called a super jump where like Mario will get down on his knees, paws, and and then he'll like do a fucking ridiculously super jump like backflip and then land down for areas he couldn't get before. So it's cool. There's another one where if you ever play like Super Mario Brothers 2 or any of like the old like Mario Brothers games where like Luigi would have his own little fucking like jump, the little fucking run scuttle jump. So they took it off of Luigi, but instead they gave it as a badge so everybody can use it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I haven't gotten all the badges yet, so I am curious if they're going to have Princess Peach's float, where she can glide, but I'm not sure if they have that yet. So I don't, like I said, I don't have all the badges yet. But this is probably, man, this has got to be like my top, one of my top all time favorite Mario games.
Damn. Okay.
And I've like I said, I got 40 years under my belt of playing video games, and I've played every fucking Mario game, and this is probably, besides the OG original, my favorite.
Damn. That's crazy to think, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's almost like a fucking reboot or like a little bit of a reimagining, because like they redid like all like new noises, like little like ambiances and noises, like the jumping sound or like the coin sound, or like to even to the point to where like when you become Elephant Mario, the music changes. It's more heavy. It's more bassy. The only power up I don't like is Bubble Mario. It's kind of the weakest. It doesn't really do that much. Like it'll turn your enemies into bubbles and you jump on them, or you can throw a bubble in the air, you can jump on it and get you to higher places. That's the only thing it really does. But my favorite out of all the new power ups is the elephant. That shit's fucking awesome.
I got a question, Oz.
Yeah.
How do you how about the drill so far? Because you spoke about different power ups.
Drill's awesome. I just got it last night. It's fucking awesome.
Okay.
And it's what I've seen too. It's easy to play, but it's hard to master.
Oh, okay. So this sound,
Like
it really sounds like Mario World is what it really sounds like.
So oh man, I don't want to ruin anything. If you love Super Mario Brothers World and you love Super Mario Brothers 3, you'll fucking those two are probably my top two favorite besides this one. This one goes on. They go under this one now. This one's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I can say in regards to why It seems similar to Super Mario Brothers 3 because Super Mario Brothers 3 has a lot of like it's almost like it's theatrical to a degree where there's like a lot of background and there's like a lot of fourth wall breaking. There's a lot of that in this game from what I played so far. Like there's a particular instance where and I talked about this with Ozzknot maybe a few days ago where you're in the forefront obviously like any other normal Mario game, but when you go down one of the tunnels, the pipe, the pause to get to you end up running around in the background of the level and you're doing different things in the background and you see yourself in the background, but the character is very small and you just run around a little bit and it's little nuances like that that make it interesting. So that's why I'm enjoying what I've played so far, just from the little bit that I've seen.
And it's not just that; it's just characteristic. Like this is probably the most animated Mario. Like when he runs, he'll go full jet. He looks pissed because he's running.
He does. I love his little faces that he makes.
Like when he goes through the fucking like they showed in the trailer when he goes through a pipe, he'll like grab his hat. Or when he's Elephant Mario, he'll fucking have to fucking squeeze it like fucking Winnie the Pooh style through a pipe. It's funny. It's funny. Like if you don't move him for a while, he'll fall asleep. I came back to my TV. I heard somebody humming fucking Mario, saying like Italian shit. So that's a shout out to fucking Mario 64 because he did that. If you didn't move him in Mario 64, he would fall asleep and he'll start saying lasagna, meatballs, and shit. He would start humming the food shit. Yeah. But I was like, I had to go to the bathroom and I was doing something. I come back, I heard somebody like humming, oh, he's fucking sleeping. Like that's a shout out to Mario 64. That's fucking dope. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, they killed it. They fucking killed it with this game. I ain't even beat it yet. There's so much hidden shit in this.
Damn. Okay. I've heard so many good things overall. That
I've played with Luigi and I played with Daisy so far.
Yeah, the one complaint I heard, and shout out to Zero Dozer, he was saying like the game, he loves the game, but he just wishes that all the characters were kind of different from each other.
I was gonna mention that too. Everybody
Plays the same way. Like everyone uses the powers the same way, so there's no difference in them. But so I've just been using Luigi the whole time.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes it different if you're what the fuck's his name? The purple dude Nabber. The fuck's his name?
Nabber,
Nabber and Yoshi. The only thing I kind of like that is my gripe is that there's an easy mode for kids. Okay, which is cool, but I think it kind of sucks that it's only Yoshi and Nabber. What if little Johnny and little Susie want to be Mario or Luigi? They can't. They got to be fucking Yoshi or fucking Nabber. Nobody wants to be fucking.
Man, leave Yoshi alone, damn it. Okay?
Yoshi's good. Yoshi's good, but who the fuck?
Fucking dinosaur alone, sir.
I don't even know where the fuck Nabber came from or what game.
I think he came from the new Super Mario games. If I remember right.
I didn't like the art style of them at all. That's why I didn't touch them.
You know what? Tell little Johnny and little Susie to get fucking good, okay? If you want to play as Mario or Luigi or Daisy and Peach. Good. Okay, get fucking good, little Timmy, little Susie. We didn't have easy mode back in the day. We was suffering. I don't feel sorry for kids, man. I had to suffer. I suffered on PS1 back when I didn't know that you actually save video games. I was trying to run through Crash on one day with, and that shit was hard. Okay, the OG Crash, absolutely
ridiculous like that. Hard. Jesus.
Yes, I've suffered. Okay, y'all can suffer too.
But a lot of people already are requesting like DLC, and people. Because people really want fucking Wario and Waluigi in this game, like really bad.
Yeah. They should, man. Fuck it, why not? Be funny.
Yeah. I'll say because my favorite 2D platformer is Mario 3. That's number 4 on my all-time list for real. Mario World is a better game. Like I'm not finna hold you, but Mario World is a better game, but I love Mario 3, and it's refreshing to hear that there are a lot of elements from Mario 3 in there because like that's the one that I like grew up with. That's like the first game I want 100% it. Like that was like the first one that I ever like got everything in it, and like not all in one go, but just like you gotta get the white mushroom houses and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to Mario Wonder. I played a little bit of it. I only played a couple of levels. The controls in it are really good, and I'm playing on. I was playing on my OLED, and it was like super responsive, like on an OLED. It's like it's in game mode, but it's still like super responsive. So I'm like, okay, I applaud Nintendo for that. And as you had talked about the animations earlier, yeah, I don't know where I remember reading it or remember where I remember hearing it from, but they said they had to do it because they wanted people to buy it because they wanted it to be based off the movie. I love that animation move. Digital Foundry had another video about the new Super Mario Brothers and this Mario Wonder about how the animations were like kind of like lifeless and soulless, and when you ran a little bit in the new Super Mario games, you kind of stumbled a little bit. And this one, when you run a little bit, you just kind of stop once you stop pressing the button.
Yep.
So I like little stuff like that. I love little touches like that.
And 60 frames too.
Oh, for sure. Though all them 2D Mario games, if I remember right, should be 60 frames. If I remember right, it's it's just my memory. But I love the fact that when you go through the pipe, Mario will grab his little hat. It's like the cutest little thing, but it's like that attention to detail is so subtle.
Yeah.
I applaud Nintendo for that because like it seemed like they lost their way with the new Super Mario games. And I beat one of them damn games on Wii. Like the first one I beat that with me and my home. This back in 2010. I remember that because it was snow. It was like 2 feet of snow outside out here in Maryland where I was at.
Yeah.
And we just like ran through it. Maybe it took like 2 hours, but while those games were fun, it just lacked character, so to speak.
For me, I know it sounds stupid, but like, he says fucking Maui Wowie, and if you're wrestling, I'm a huge wrestling fan. We just lost Bray Wyatt. That touches such a part of my heart, man. I heard him say that from the front. He says Maui Wowie.
Any other reason to make that reference?
No, I don't know why he says it. Because I'm like, is he really fucking saying that? I really had to listen. He gets the elephant. He goes Maui Wowie. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. He's really saying that.
Huh.
I'm like, that's the coolest fucking shit.
Kind of crazy. Wow.
Yeah. He talks a lot. I don't know where what I saw yesterday kind of had me laughing, but it was so fucking cool. There's a scene, I'm not gonna say where. There's like a cloud area, and you save a castle, and one of the new toads goes yoo-hoo to the other side of the other side of the island where the castle is. You hear and like they're talking back and forth, and then Mario runs off the board, goes yoo-hoo, and fucking runs off. Like, yo, that'd be dying. Like, dude, that's cool as fuck. But you don't hear him saying it, but you said it. He runs it off. Like, that's fucking cool, bro. That little shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool as fuck.
Hey, Tal, it's good to see you, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that people are still down for Switch games, man. Despite the Switch being out as long as it has, apparently Super Mario Bros. Wonder is reportedly Japan's fastest-selling Mario game on the Switch, and not just in Japan. Apparently, it's also the fastest-selling Super Mario game ever in Europe.
Yeah, bro.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy to think.
Okay, I don't find that last thing hard to believe. As when you were around, remember back in the day when it was Sega or Super Nintendo?
Yeah,
I think
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I know. Yeah,
but when I was there, Brooke, I couldn't picture this. Wait,
hell yeah,
I had to say that.
Yeah,
but there were certain regions that didn't get Mario until later, so that's not hard to believe.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy to me because I think Odyssey was fucking banger. That was selling Switches like crazy, man. It's a really solid game, and it's 3D Mario. I mean, that has a natural like people naturally gravitate more towards 3D. So the fact that it's outdoing Mario Odyssey by a good bit, I'm impressed, and I'm glad to see it because I'm hearing such good things about it. And shout out to Glinzer. Thank you so much for the 5, bro. Totally didn't have to. He says Mario equals quality, but what would y'all say is your least favorite Mario game? I vote Sunshine.
Ooh.
Wow.
Odyssey.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, damn.
Yeah, Odyssey.
My least favorite Mario game? Mario 2. The American version of Mario 2.
I've never played a Mario game.
Yeah, that game is terrible. You just brought back a memory to that.
I'll spoil it for everybody. Mario's Dreaming, the end.
Yeah. It don't suck, but if you're talking about the level of
it's
Mario
just so
games,
different. It's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when Luigi had that stupid jump for the first time. The fucking stupid. It was a frog. What the fuck was his name? Kid
Oh,
Yeah,
something.
because I think originally
Yeah.
that Mario 2 was like it was supposed to be like developing a completely different game, and they thought the game
Yeah.
wouldn't sell, so they just threw Mario sprites over those characters,
Yeah.
and then they just was like, "We're gonna go with this." It's like, all
I heard
right,
Mario 2 is a ripoff of something else.
Doki
That's
It is.
Panic.
yeah,
Doki
Doki
Doki.
Doki.
But thank God, like the very next year, Mario 3 came out, bro. It was like literally
Yeah.
the following year, dude.
A huge
I
turnaround.
still remember the fucking commercials were awesome, dude. The commercials were amazing.
Yeah, that's like the.
Can't remember playing a Mario game I didn't enjoy. Like, mind you, I haven't played a lot of the older ones, so I can't really say. Every Mario game I've ever gotten, I genuinely had fun with it.
How you put up 30 years of like quality, basically? Like
Yeah,
30.
Fucking insane.
bangers.
That's
Integrity.
a run.
Okay, the baseball game sucked ass. I'm serious right now.
I have the soccer game. I got the soccer game over here. I started to get
Strikers.
The yeah, I got Strikers.
Strikers was a fucking disappointment. I'm sorry. The newer
Oh,
one.
the
No,
Switch,
not the new one.
the Switch Strikers.
No, the
Yeah,
GameCube joint.
The GameCube one.
Okay, so I bought Mario Golf, and to be fair, like I'm
Mark off
disappointed
sick.
with that, but at the same time, too, I don't even know if that's necessary. Because, like, unfortunately, when I got that game was when my grandfather was in the process of passing away.
Yeah.
So, like, it's kind of one of those things too. But I'd say I didn't really enjoy that game.
Like,
didn't see much in it when I did have.
Although the Wii games are pretty fucking fire, the Switch ones have been really disappointing. It sucks. Like Strikers, the newer Strikers, it's cool, but it fucking sucks. Like
The GameCube one was better.
Oh yeah, way better, way better. Actually, no, the Wii one was really good too.
There was a Wii one. I didn't realize that.
Yep, there's two. This is the third one. Yeah, it was really good.
Damn, so Lowest Expectations saying I actually disliked Mario Galaxy. Wow.
We gotta block that man from the chat. That's one of the best 3D games, yo.
You were ever, especially Galaxy 2. Galaxy 2
let
is
my
fire.
man live, man. Let my man live.
Sorry, I ain't trying.
Leave off the boat because you get kicked off. Get out of here.
Y'all play? I have never played Doki Doki Panic.
Never played either.
Yeah, I cop. So.
And I'm sorry. Rest in peace to Sonic fan because that sucks.
Yeah, it is. We don't need to talk about it, man.
Man.
Bad timing, boy.
He's on the crane. He was like crying. You came out right before the king of platforms came out. I'm sorry, Sonic. I'm sorry, bro.
Damn. I've heard a lot of
bad game.
I've heard a lot of mixed opinions on Superstar. Some people like it and some people hate it.
Nah,
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it at all. I played it. I played it a few. Played it. Was it last week? It was last week, and I don't want to finish playing that game. I'm cool.
The problem with Sonic is that their quality goes up and then down. There's no in between. It's just always either shitty or it's good.
The Olympics games are okay. They're actually pretty cool. They're
I
not too
never
bad.
played the Olympics games, so I can't really say.
Those aren't really like.
Yeah, it's not mainline game.
Wait, Mario Dance Revolution? What are we doing here?
Oh yeah, I played that.
Yep,
I played that.
I believe
it was
it's
a
on
Dance game for Mario, huh?
Yeah, there was some GameCube. The first time me and my brother got it for the first time. The first time we played it, we wanted to fucking play it drunk, so we got shit faced drunk playing Dance Dance Mario. That shit was great. The fucking house and shit.
Okay.
Two drunken old bastards playing Mario game.
Any final thoughts on Mario Wonder? I'm glad that everyone that's been playing it has been enjoying it. I'm planning to get it at some point.
If you got a fucking Switch or any
I want
pirates,
the Switch 2 already. I'm over the Switch.
Or any ways of getting it? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Get it. Cause it looks real good on Steam Deck. I know that.
Oh man.
I've heard. It
looks real good. Let's fucking play it.
Yeah.
Just think about Mario's killing it at the end of the year. You got this game this year. This month, and then fucking Mario RPG next month, and then in December you got Mario Paper Mario. Oh, you got the hardcover. That's sick.
I do.
And that's it. I don't got that. I'm jealous.
The Switch is going out with a bang. A lot of people thought that the Switch was gonna go out with a whimper. That's not the case.
No.
They definitely showed their final hand, and it's pretty impressive.
I'm getting that Mario
Considering.
Paper Mario.
1000-year duel joint, the 1000-year duel joint. I'm getting. I
Hey,
never
hold
played
on.
it. I'm getting that.
I don't like Paper. It's really cool, but I don't like Paper Mario. That's probably the best one to play though.
I played and beat Paper Mario 1 and 64. I don't know if y'all remember that. But
I always like the Super Saga ones, the ones that came up for the
for the,
it's the 3DS, yeah, the DS and 3DS.
for the
Those are, yeah,
with Mario and Luigi, correct?
yeah.
Oh, so Partners in Time and
Yeah, they're
all
really
that?
good.
Got you.
Yeah.
I've never played
Yeah,
that.
they're really good. Luigi gets fucking weird in that. he turns into a fanboy. And
Are you talking about Mario Superstar?
Yeah,
not Superstar,
there's
the one on
there's a
GBA?
prince. Yeah, there's a prince named Prince
I have that
Piggly.
game. That
You
game
play it.
starts off weird, okay? People
It
are
does. It's
naked
good
at the
though.
beginning of that game. I'm like,
And
what the fuck?
that game's so good. That game is so good. There's a
Amazing
part.
visuals.
There's a part where fucking Luigi's fanboying over this fucking prince, and Mario just looks at him, looks at Luigi, looks at the prince floating off because he's like floating off in the distance on a boat. Mario looks at him, looks at Luigi, and Luigi's just losing his shit because he's like fanboying out. He looks at Luigi, he looks at the guy, looks at Luigi, and just literally smacks Luigi in the back of the head like, "Back the fuck off! The fuck's your problem?" Like, yo, he's like, yo, he's pro character, yo, like your shit. You don't do that here. You don't
Oh my gosh. Well, I do want to get Mario Wonder at some point, but I do want to make sure I get what you call it, Super Mario RPG first. That's my
Yeah.
go-to, my must-have, because I never
You
got
know
to
what?
play that.
I recommend going back and playing if you can, play the original. Play the original first.
I stand by
I
that.
wonder. I'm curious to see how close this is going to be to the original.
Oh,
you
it's
know?
pretty fucking close. What
But
I've heard
we
so
don't
far.
know. We don't know, off the bat. I would love to see people like really dissect, like in detail, how close is this remake to the original.
From what I saw so far, you can switch between the soundtracks to the original soundtrack and the new remastered soundtrack. I'm like, oh, what if they do that with the graphics too? That'd be sick. If you can go back and forth.
There are games that do that.
Yeah.
What is it?
Halo did that. Halo 3,
Yeah.
if I remember right, did that.
Yeah, did it really good actually. And 2.
Yep.
My only concern. Oh, I'm sorry, Cassie. Go ahead.
No, shoot, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my only concern in odds if you play Mario RPG or if anybody else play Mario RPG in here, you know that you get a special reward if you do 30 super jumps, and you get a really special reward if you do 100 super jumps.
Yep.
How's that gonna work this time around? Because doing that on a CRT, I'm not gonna say it's the easiest thing in the world, but it can be done, right? And that game, that's a game that moves at 60 frames per second. So you need like the inputs on there.
Yeah.
Once you get past like 15, 20 super jumps,
yeah,
you know what's like you got to be real precise at that point. You got to be super precise.
It's hard.
Yes, it is definitely not the easiest thing. I got the attack scarf, never the super suit. So I wonder how they're gonna do that, especially for like new players and everything. Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna implement that. Cassie, it's the hardest shit out.
It is. It's really fucking
Y'all
hard.
talking about shit I'm not knowledgeable on.
Dude,
Well,
you'll see it if you get Mario RPG.
See,
I hope so.
You know what's funny? A lot of people that see Mario, like, oh, he's just fucking QT animated, lovey-dovey. Fucking. You play these games will fuck you up. These games are hard. Especially Paper Mario RPG. This game looks like a QT game. It gets fucking dark at the end.
It do. I think if you've never that's the other thing. If you've never played Mario RPG before, if you never played an RPG before, turn-based one, you start with that one.
Yeah, this was my first RPG game I ever played. Mario RPG.
Mine too. Same here. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn. Imagine if and Dragon Quest 3 remake is coming out. Imagine if these games kind of encourage a resurgence of turn-based RPG.
I hope so, man.
It still gives me a little bit of hope for Legends of Dragoon.
Yeah, definitely. But that would be awesome. But yeah, guys, moving on to the final topic. It is Marvel's Spider-Man 2. And this has been it is an interesting discussion, not particularly with the community, I will say, because it's been a lot of shit slinging between people that stand Starfield and the other side that stands Spider-Man. That's just unfortunately what the community has divulged into. But
Funny fact, shout out to New York. They got the fucking plumber and Smutterman going at it.
Word on the same day.
On the same day.
But real quick, just I have to show off the memes, man. The memes be having me dying. Oh my god.
Oh shit. All right.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Sarkis got some cheeks. I'll take her.
That is insane.
I guess she gets I guess she got those white spaces.
Oh my god, dude. But
she got those she got those black holes.
I really hate the internet.
Hey yo.
I really hate
what
the
the
internet.
Yeah.
I hate the internet.
That's crazy.
You know what? Them's are modded cakes.
To infinity and beyond.
You know, I saw that meme and I fucking died laughing. I couldn't help it. But
Deep Space Nine.
One minor spoiler alert. This is unfortunately a thing.
Oh.
Yeah, people are complaining about having to play as Mary Jane. You have to play as Miles' girlfriend too.
That mission wasn't that bad. That motherfucker. Hey. But how? Ooh, I'm not gonna say that because I'm on somebody else's platform. Slow down. That mission wasn't that bad.
Why do people hate playing as Mary
Look,
Jane?
I have to give the same energy because I cannot stand playing as Mary Jane. You think I can stand playing as other characters too that aren't superheroes? Nah, son. I gave Mary Jane to work, and I'm gonna keep it consistent. Man, fuck playing as these characters that are not superheroes in a superhero game. I think it's ridiculous.
Ooh, can I speak on that?
Go ahead, say it.
I had no problem. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, say what you're gonna say. It's fine.
I had no problem playing as Haley. There's a side mission where you do have to play as Haley. My only complaint was with that mission because you have to. She's an artist, so for the people who don't know, someone asked her to help with some graffiti around town. The one thing that you had to do, I think it used gyro controls at that point.
Yeah,
and I hated that shit. I hated doing that. The mission itself, I had no problem with. I loved how, you're playing as a young lady who's deaf. So you heard nothing around you. So just
that's
like
pretty cool.
Those subtle things that were happening was like you saw when she was frustrated, you saw the emojis when she was frustrated, you saw the emojis when she was happy. I appreciate little stuff like that. All right, look. Do I want to be shoot them up, bang, bang, kill them all? Yes, do I do, but there are times the way you have to just take a seat. They did that a few times in this game. I guess I don't want to spoil too much because Callie, I know you ain't really got into it yet. TJ, I'm not sure how far you are, but if you close, I think you are where I am, like close to the end of the game, and I know Cassie, you beat it. But there's a lot that I'm really enjoying about this game. This is my game of the year so far, Doug. Like I mean that.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that you've been enjoying it.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, for me, it's one of those things where, like, I think that certain games, when it comes to like having an action game, that's what people want to see. Like, I'm not opposed to playing games that are like walking simulators. I've done that, but like, I wish that those games would be for walking simulator games. Like, I just wish that these games wouldn't continue to mesh genres and mesh gameplay styles in ways that don't really that aren't indicative of their of their specific genre. To me, that playing as Mary Jane again after we've said openly like this is one of the worst parts of the game with 2018, and we didn't really have much of that in Miles Morales if I remember correctly, which was a positive. There wasn't really too much of nonsense as there was in 2018.
There wasn't really any side characters in that game.
And to be honest with you, I appreciate that.
There was a stealth mission in that game. Sorry, Cassie. There was a stealth mission in Miles Morales, but it was you were Miles when you did that. So yeah. So now I feel like.
Yeah. So to me, that for them to not really listen is problematic, especially when they listen to other things that gamers like people that buy the games and have a problem with it. Go for it.
A hot take here. I didn't mind those missions at all with Mary Jane or Miles in the first game. I mean, I can see why some people would want to enjoy them, but like I didn't care for them. I thought I thought it was a nice break of pace. Like sometimes you gotta have a break from like having that strict dopamine all the time of just purely action, or else you're
But
just
I
gonna
feel
get
like
tired.
that's what swinging around the city is to me. When I'm doing that, guess what? Like I'm lost in it. You know, when I'm swinging around that city, for me that is like the relaxation. I like, at least for me. Like I love to like slow, like even like playing like San Andreas, whatever. I remember like just cruising, like I would do stuff like that. You know,
I don't know.
that's how.
I feel like it adds for good character moments. Like at least when it slows down, like you get those enjoyable moments, kind of like in movies.
Here's what I'll say, Callie. I don't get that far in the game, so I obviously won't spoil it. You're gonna enjoy these stealth missions from Mary Jane. I think that you'll really enjoy these based off of what you just said. I'm not the biggest fan of like stealth in gaming, period. Yeah, sure. Like you throw it in there to break up the monotony of what you're doing. Sure, that's fine. Um, I really enjoyed these because they kind of switch it up. They do the first one. There's a first one. They do a second one that kind of adds on top of Mary Jane's defenses from the first mission. The third one, I won't say too much. The third one is storyteller, and I'm trying to not spoil nothing.
Yeah.
I think you'll
No,
enjoy the second
you're
one a
right.
lot. Yeah,
You're right.
and
Okay.
that's my thing, right? If you want to add a stealth element or elements like that, all right, switch it up. All right, you could do that. Just switch it up. Just one version like this, one version like this. And my biggest gripe with stealth missions in games, in certain games anyway, it's like you can't defend yourself. That I hate that shit. That's when I really hate it. That's why I'm like, yo, I don't want to do that. Like, nah, I like, all right, cool. I get sneaking around, but I don't want to not be able to not defend myself. And that's just, you'll like these because it's Cassie. It's like 4 times you'll play with Mary Jane's, right? Or is it just 3?
See, I can't remember. I think it's 3, if I'm
I
not
think.
mistaken.
Okay, so I think I'm done with the TJ. I think you and I.
Yeah, I'm the anchor, man. I'm waiting.
Yeah, yeah. I think we done. So I mean, I think we done with them. Callie, I'll tell you off rip. I think you're gonna enjoy them. I think
All right.
because they
I
switch it up.
think if you
they
don't
switch it up.
mind it, it's not going to be something that's bothersome to you. For me, the more they add, I just had more and more questions. Like honestly, it's so confusing to me. Like you're telling me that Mary Jane could one shot most of these enemies in the game, but here I'm doing like fucking 50 hit combos with Peter just to take out the whole group. Like it doesn't make sense. Like when you really break it down, it is retarded. I'm sorry, like no to me it's just. But you understand what I'm saying, Hustle? Like when you break it down to that, it is kind of retarded. Like it's ridiculous.
No. I don't mind you saying all running that like that. That's not it. I don't want to defend that. I really don't want to defend it, and I don't want to justify it. I'll say that it might be easier for a takedown if you're sneaking up on somebody. Ooh, Callie, you ain't got there yet. I'm a chill.
All right.
Because there's something that she has that kind of Cassie, I see your point. I got superpowers.
There's one part
I got superpowers.
she takes on something and melts its health, and I'm just sitting there in awe. People were watching me stream it. I'm just like, I just did that as Mary Jane. What is the point of superheroes anymore? What?
Ooh. Did I? Ooh, I don't know if I got there yet.
Okay, like she melts someone's health away. It's not like a main character in the story. But I just sat there like,
I know what you're talking
how
about.
did she do this? And meanwhile, as Miles and Peter, it's like it's a fight. But she's just like, no problem. I feel like they had the goal to put her in the game and to make her gameplay better. But in doing that, I don't think they realized what they had to do to make her gameplay at least more digestible. And then when it came to like the final product, they're just like, yeah, it just has to be what it is. She has to be the most broken character in the game. And it's just like, okay then.
I mean,
I guess that's what we're doing.
Okay, now I'm severely confused.
Okay.
I am confused too, and I beat the game, Kelly.
No, it'll make. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Kelly, it'll make sense once you get there. My fault, TJ.
Y'all, has everybody gotten everything out the way so I could?
Not quite. And I won't. Okay, I'll make this quick. There are certain boss fights that are epic. The set pieces in this game. I love the set pieces, like all the ones that I've experienced. And that'll be spoiling. Hey, Callie, there's gonna be a part in this game. to where you're not gonna want to put the controller down. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Oh, TJ, see, now I'm curious to see how far you are, TJ. Because like there was a certain moment. Oh, I'm not gonna say.
We'll get to that after
Oh, I'm not
I finish up.
that shit was insane, yo.
All right,
I didn't see it coming. Pause. I didn't see that coming, and it was like when. Oh yeah, we'll get to it. Let me shut up. Shut up, Ricky. Shut up. Cause that shit. I played that shit today, dog. Oh my god. Yeah, it was.
So I beat the game as we've been having a podcast. So
okay.
Yeah, so the credits are rolling as we speak. So I'll say this. I did enjoy the game. I've seen a lot of people say that it's a safe sequel. I don't really see it that way. I mean, I guess they was expecting certain things to occur that didn't go the way that they was expecting, but I don't think that it's safe at all. I think if anything, God of War Ragnarok was a way safer game than this. I don't think this is that safe, to be honest. But overall, I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the experience. The last 2018 game, I did not enjoy the MJ missions. In this one, I thought it was okay. Like all of the side missions are just that. They're side missions. Her missions aren't that. They're part of the story. But what I will say is that she is broken, but it's also to a degree, she doesn't take the same type of damage that Peter and Miles takes. So if she gets hit one time, that's it. She's done, and you have to restart it all over again. So it makes a little more sense as to why they did it that way. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand the logic behind it. So it was stealth. I don't really love stealth missions, but it does break up the monotony of all of the action that goes on with the main storyline between Miles and Peter. But overall, I think it was done really well. My negatives in regards to the game, which can be nitpicky, but I don't think they are. I don't really like the suits that much in the game. I don't like the suits. I think the majority of them are just not good. They just seem a little bit uninspired to me, to be honest. I think that the ones that I do like, I tend to stick with. So, there's like with Peter, I thought his suits were a little better but Miles' suits the majority of those are just trash. Honestly, they're just not good.
I
They're
don't
just
like
trash.
a lot of both of their suits, to be real with you.
But I will say that I think that in terms of what I look for, I'm looking for great pacing, I'm looking for a great story, I'm looking for great acting, I'm looking for all of those things, and I think that they were able to accomplish that with this game. I thought, Yuri and audio is a very important piece of this game, like in terms of the experience and just the little subtleties in terms of when you're having a conversation with somebody when you're sitting still versus when you're swinging throughout the city or your web, you're using the wings, and how they're like yelling and you could just hear the wind within the speech that they're having while they're on the phone. I think adds a level of detail. And then obviously, like, Haley has a side mission, so it's not a requirement, but the fact that you can do that mission, and because, obviously she's deaf, so you don't hear anything when you're doing this mission, it kind of adds to that experience in terms of the sound. So I do appreciate those type of things. Overall, I think what they set out to accomplish with what they did. I beat the game. I enjoyed it. I thought Miles should have had a little more story beats in terms of the main plot, but overall, I think it was well done.
Honestly, I said in my review, I think if you're a Miles fan, that you'll love this game. I think that he really, I think that he's the shit in this game. Like, I think that Peter is shit and he is the shit in this game. That's how I feel personally. I think that Peter is a very weak Spider-Man in this game. Without getting into spoilers, I think that he is the most damsel in distress in this game in comparison to anyone else, and that's from start to finish.
Speaking of weak, I'm gonna complain about one thing when it comes to the gameplay. I kind of upset that Insomniac removed the weapon wheel from OG Spider-Man from Peter Parker. Like, I love that. That added more variety to the gameplay. So it sucks that they had to remove it.
I actually did. I feel the opposite. Because like when you get to the weapon wheel, it like, you know, breaks up the gameplay. And I understand that you have more to choose from on that wheel, which is cool. But at the same time, too, with at least with the way they have it now, it doesn't break up the gameplay. It feels like everything
it flows within
together
it.
right there.
It's super seamless. Yeah. That was one of the like big parts that I really enjoyed in that. As far as Peter being, I gotta agree. And I enjoy playing with Peter more, but I'm not gonna spoil it because Callie, you ain't got there yet. But there's a part in that game the way it was like, I'm not gonna say that.
Look, man,
there's a part
like
in
I
that
said,
game where he could have gotten handled
when it comes down to
easily.
it, if you're a Miles dude,
oh yeah,
Miles is a fucking beast in this.
Miles a gangster boy, yeah.
He is gangster. He is the fucking. He is the one. He is the one, and that's just what it is. I have to accept it. But Peter, he's fucking trash from start to finish. I think he's a trash.
It's like that Miguel meme, a canon event shit.
Miguel meme? I'm not too sure.
You would have to post that Miguel meme, but here's what I'll say, Callie. There's going to be a scene in this game that you'll see in regards to Spider-Man. You'll be like, damn, oh, okay. And it kind of caught me by surprise. It was like, he looked soft when there was a certain thing that happened to him. He looked super soft. I'm like, what the fuck? And it was because y'all saw when it happened. It was just like quick. It was in a cutscene, but it was like super quick, and it was like, damn,
I know what you're talking about. It's just MJ happened to be a part of this.
Yes. And
yes.
I'm like,
I just looked at that shit like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Are you kidding me? Pete with his Spidey senses and all that, he can't hold it down? No? Like, are you kidding me?
That's what the real.
He is as damsel in distress in that moment as it gets. It's telling me that he can't take control of that situation. That someone had to step in for him, really?
It echoed with The Last of Us. Like, that's immediately what I thought of. I was like, yo, this is really like The Last of Us right now. And it was the thing. It was the thing.
Okay, now I'm scared to see this.
You'll see it.
I'll get to some degree. I do see it. And in terms of, I think there's and to some degree, I could see that it being a detriment. There's a lot of trying to appease many different demographics in this game, or trying to just give some light to different demographics in this game. And I think it is to the detriment of Peter. So I think a lot of the games, and this seems to be a PlayStation issue, if I'm being honest. So this seems to be a consistent PlayStation thing where they do this with the male characters in their games. I don't know if they all have a meeting and say, we're going to make them, we're going to make them soft or what. I don't know what that is. But that is a thing where they're trying to just overly correct and just be for everyone. And you can't do that. It doesn't make sense all the time. But I think for what the game is, I still was able to enjoy it, even seeing and recognizing some of these things occurring in real time.
Yeah.
And what I will say that in terms of the game, and Insomniac needs to get a lot of credit for what they've done, because they're doing something that most companies in general, just in gaming, don't do, where even though we're making complaints about what the suits are, at the end of the day, you can earn every suit that is in the game versus me having to pay money to get the suits for a battle pass or some weird microtransaction that they would try to get me for it. And I'm not having to deal with that. I can earn everything that's in the game. So I appreciate them for that.
And for the record, this probably be the first and probably only game that I'll ever platinum, right? The tasks in this game are like super easy. There's a couple of them that I'm kind of struggling with as far as certain side quests, but it's super easy to get everything. Like I literally hit like max level. I damn they got like all the suits. I think the last few that I need to get are like story related. That's why they're locked. As far as what y'all saying about the suits, I kind of disagree because there's one that I love, and I don't want to spoil it for
There's
Callie.
a handful of great ones in the game.
Yeah, there are.
Look,
yeah.
this isn't really a spoiler. I love the Superior Spider-Man suit. Now,
I'm using that.
Is Superior Spider-Man featured here? No, because Peter isn't Doc Ock. If you've read the Superior Spider-Man storyline, that started after Peter was killed and Dr. Octavius took control of Peter's body. And hence we had Superior Spider-Man. That is one of the dopest suits in that entire fucking game.
Cassie, I'm glad you brought that up.
It's real sick. Oh, I love that shit.
Did either yourself or TJ, did y'all get all the spider bots? I'm just curious.
No.
Not yet. I'm working on it.
I got all of them. Get all the spider bots.
It's worth it.
Oh, is that a spoiler if I say? Because it's a collectible.
Is it worth it to you? Is it worth it to you?
Was it worth it to me? And I'm not it pays homage to something. And this game can go in so many different directions. No, I'm not, because Callie ain't got there yet. But like once you collect all the spider bots, something happens with the scene from someone, and it alludes to another Spider-Man. It does allude to another Spider-Man. It really pays homage. I'll say it pays homage to the multiverse, and I think that is worth it. And I'm not even a fan of the multiverse, but when I saw certain little shit happening,
Okay. Is there Spider Pig? Is Spider Pig in it?
Yes, the little Spider Pig bot is in it. Yes, it's like they with the bots themselves, they're all over the multiverse, different villains. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. And if you are a fan of like, first of all, I'm a fan of detail. Like, look, if you get an up close look at like the spider bots themselves, they look really fucking good. Even in performance mode, they look really. It's just like phenomenal for real. Like, I'm gonna go back after I like beat the game and all that. I'm gonna go back in fidelity mode just to see how good it looks. But there's a lot. I did the Sandman side missions as well. Did you guys complete those?
Yeah, I did all of those. Yeah.
Hey, I like
y'all did a lot more than me.
I love how it ended.
See, I ran through the main game.
Yeah, it was worth it to get to that point.
Okay.
Yes,
because I've been just like after beating the game. So after the first time I streamed the game, I was doing like side missions on my own, but I was just doing whatever I wanted to do. I didn't specifically take on any particular missions. So I've been running through it that way, like just playing whatever missions I do come across, not necessarily knocking out these types of missions and then going to these types of missions. That's how I've been doing it. So we'll see what happens.
I got a question for Cassie and TJ. Did you do the side, not the hunter missions, but there's another set of side missions that you do with oh, was that me?
Yeah, I think so.
It's not like you lit a match. I don't know what that noise was.
That was crazy. That shit was fired. Fired, literally.
Sound like something popped.
Fire.
I was gonna say.
I mean, I don't hear any feedback anymore.
Nah, you're good now. It's just.
Oh, that might have been me. I accidentally hit my cord.
Okay.
I thought it was me.
What was the question?
Okay. Oh shit! I thought someone was on fire in this joint. I'm about to say,
stop, jump and roll. Stop, jump and roll.
TJ, my question is: there's a side mission with a certain vigilante. Did you complete those? Did you complete those?
I did. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I'm working on it.
I'm not gonna say it. You saw that reveal, right? Even though it's extremely heavy-handed, and you kind of knew it was coming. I knew it was coming a mile away. I said, "Oh, okay, that's who that is," because that's what I thought it was before. That to me was like, so this happened today. Like that to me was like one of those like awesome moments. I was like, damn.
Yeah, because it's not like there's certain things that they do where they reference certain villains in a way that's like sometimes it's on the nose and sometimes it's very subtle. And I appreciate them doing it subtly. Like, I can't say it. I can't say it. There's something that happens at the end of the game. And I can't like, it's not, it's like a subtlety. And it's literally just, I can't say what that is.
You know what? I would ask this question, but I'm afraid I'm going to spoil something. Is there any red person in it? Is there a red gooey person in it at any point? Did you catch my drift?
Red gooey person.
Gooey person
I'm gonna say no comment.
who does a
but
lot of damage.
I, well, I would say no comment. I would say if that person was in the game, I think you find that person is in the game before the game is over.
Okay.
It's good to know though. That's good to know, TJ.
Yeah,
Because I figured as much anyway.
Yeah, there's certain things there's certain subtleties that you get.
So some carnage happens, man. Okay.
We're not
comment.
You know,
We don't know.
we're not confirming.
We
We're
don't
not
know
confirming or denying anything because that is spoiler territory. We're not doing that.
If you guys are making me want to pick up the game right now and play
So
it.
what I will say is, because I don't think this gets brought up enough. Haven't listened to any reviews or anything like that. But what I will say is the voice actor Craven, or like just Craven in general as a character, I really like Craven a lot. Like Craven is definitely one of my favorite villains of this year so far, and this is something that Wonton brought up. You know, he's part of the movie guys and home base, but he brought up an interesting piece of information that I wasn't privy to. He said that the facial capture as well as the voice is done by the same actor that was Boozer in Days Gone. So I thought that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, like Boozer was definitely one of my favorite characters in that game.
Yeah,
so like the fact that he's Craven, I thought that was cool. So yeah, Craven is definitely like one of my favorite villains because he's so like the way that he maneuvers, you could tell like he's very passionate about hunting. Like that's his life. That's what his family is about. That's just what everything that he encompasses. So I really do appreciate Craven as a character in that game.
I was saying in my review, and this isn't a spoiler. All right, it was never alluded to that you could play as Craven. But so, if it's a spoiler to you, yes, you cannot play as Craven. And I said that in my review that a far better scenario instead of all these walking sim segments as their respective characters or as Mary Jane, it would have been so much more entertaining to have played as Craven the Hunter. And you have your segments where you're Miles and Peter, and then you have segments where you're Craven and hunting down previous villains. It would have been it would have been refreshing. It would have been refreshing instead of feeling repeated because you're playing as a brand new character with his own moveset. And yes, you'd be having boss fights with some old villains, but once again, it's still refreshing because you're a different character entirely. To me, that is what would make a far superior action game here instead of what we did get with a lot of these like simmered down moments. You could have had the hunting scenario, I guess, that feels like Batman or Geralt from The Witcher. You could have that hunting thing. So if you want that to be the downtime that people seem to think is a problem in action games, you could have the hunting moments for that. But I think that would have been a far superior game.
But even that wouldn't have counted as downtime. It would have been downtime from the hero, but you're still action oriented as a villain. So it's not downtime.
It depends. Because I mean, if Witcher 3, those were downtime moments for me. Doing investigation, looking for characters.
Yeah, that was not.
Yeah, but you're still playing as the same character versus this being a different character and they're doing action oriented things. Versus where the difference with like The Witcher is even as Ciri, you were still action oriented. You just didn't have the means that Geralt has.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Hey, Callie. Callie,
is there...
play the game, dog. Because
we really want to go on a spoiler. Well, it's like I really want to say things and I can't. So
but
I'm just trying to.
I'm just still early. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been a week. It's literally been a week. So that's why I'm like I'm considerate.
Was there like any hints of like Vampiro or no?
Not that I'm aware of. Not from what I've played.
Because him and the Hunter have like a lot of like beef going back and forth.
I mean, I feel like I want to run through a wall right now. That's all I'm gonna say, dog.
I'll say this.
I have another question. Was there any other type of like Marvel characters that could happen in another game?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, maybe.
So let me say this. Because it's not spoiler. I think when you Marvel are very like they're very closed off in terms of what you can and can't do. And I think a lot of people would expect. I've seen complaints about, oh, this and that didn't happen. It's like you have to understand that Insomniac has been given the Spider-Man IP, and that's it. So when people want these weird cameos to occur where a bunch of different people come, they're not going to allow that. They're going to allow the use of Marvel or Spider-Man properties within the game. So any character that's within that IP, they want you to use that, and that's it. So expecting a bunch of other different things, that's not realistic. You have to be understanding of the fact that business and artistic clash sometimes, and that's not going to be to the benefit of the consumer.
There was ooh, do I say that? There was an Easter. I'll just say that there was an Easter egg with one of the suits that Miles gets, and I'm trying to be as vague as possible. We talk about how they only own Sony, but not in that instance. There were a couple of suits that where they like paid homage. I'll say they paid homage to other Marvel franchises, and I guess
I
you two.
mean, they do have the rights to, deal with, at least in some form, with X-Men in the near future. I don't know how, if they're allowed to cross over. I don't know if they will cross over. I don't know the details as to that, but they are working on a Wolverine game. So I would assume they have at
So
least a little more leeway, or they can make a request that kind of meshes them maybe a little bit together. I don't know
mhm.
what the rules and the guidelines are to that, but there is at least some, they will be working on another Marvel franchise that does not fall in line with Spider-Man. So
For
I
sure.
wonder how that will play an effect, maybe to DLC or whatever have you, or if Wolverine will have some crossover that includes, nods to Spider-Man. I don't know.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Seeing
Are you about to get in spoiler territory again?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I promise.
I was just
I promise.
wondering.
I promise. I
All
promise.
right.
Nah, because there are a lot of things that I've seen in this game. Callie, you're gonna enjoy a lot of the boss fights. You're gonna enjoy a lot of them.
Oh,
Like,
I know I am.
How
I'm
do
already
you
enjoying
feel
some of the fights
about
I've
the
been in.
boss fights? Like, do you feel their improvement over the previous games?
Absolutely.
mm,
I
I'm
think
trying to figure
so.
out
I
what did
think
I do in
I
I
both
think
think
the
so
means
too.
in terms of attack and like every boss fight, you have some games where some of the boss fights have a similarity to them.
Mhm.
I don't think that's the case with a lot of these. A lot of these, like each boss fight, you attack everything is attacked differently.
Mm,
So
it's very
that I
true.
think it was more in consideration where let's make it more variety to it. Let's add some freshness to these boss fights because like I said, a lot of times when you play certain games, they tend to be monotonous when it comes to how you attack these bosses. And then it's like, okay, cool. You enjoy the experience, but that might be a gripe that you have with the game. I don't
And
have that with this.
admittedly, most games, I don't like the boss fights. That's just
Mm.
how I feel. Most games, I think, just have terrible boss fights. Here, I don't think that the boss fights are bad. I'm not crazy about them either. They are a huge improvement over the previous games, that's for sure, which I do appreciate. That was the biggest one of, if not the biggest criticism, besides Mary Jane being, a playable character. So I think on that front, they really did improve. I wish there were more boss fights. The first half is particularly like very bland. There's not
Yeah.
not really any boss fights besides the introduction to Sandman. Like I said, if they would have added Craven as a playable character, we could have gotten a lot more boss fights in that first half of the game. That would have been really fun,
That's
being
cool.
a different character.
I think
That's why a big reason why I bring up that what
Mhm.
I think would have made for a better game with adding Craven as a playable character.
So, Cassie,
That's
knowing what we know about Craven, to those who played it and beat it, I think this game would have had a different rating.
That's
Is that
true.
me? Is that me?
No, that's
No,
not.
it's Callie.
Okay.
It was
God
freaked
damn it.
out. No.
I was about to bug out. Okay. But no,
No, okay.
because
I'll just
it's
mute myself so that way you don't hear that.
no, you straight. No, I thought it was something with my mixer or
You
something, but
You sound like one of those guys from those ghost shows. Is that me? Is that no? What's that noise?
I was about to bug out.
All
But,
right,
but
so
He's
go ahead.
about to drop. He's about to drop, duck, and roll.
man, look, but no,
It's a
but just
ghost.
knowing what we know about Craven, it would have been dope I think that those missions would have been more of stealth missions too. Now that you bring it up, because we know that he's a hunter, we know how he is, and I won't say anything, but we know how Craven was giving it up. We know how he was giving it up for real.
Yeah.
I think it would have been pushing the M rating. I'll just leave it at that.
I think that if it's at the cost of making a better game, then to me it is what it is, man.
I'll say
maybe
this. I'll say this in terms of Insomniac. After this, they need a break from Marvel games after Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
I think just for the sake of creativity, I think they need to. I don't know what they would need to make. I mean, I have a few ideas, but
I want them to go back to Resistance.
Yeah, I want them to remake Resistance.
Please.
I would like that. That was one of the suggestions, and I wouldn't mind if they did. And it kind of would be somewhat in similar vein, but if they did a sequel to Sunset Overdrive, I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Sony really cares about having them make that game, to be honest. But
Sunset
I mean, if they want to make it,
Overdrive
then
game.
hopefully they can make it.
Can you imagine if they made that game now with all the stuff that they've learned and that they know now? Like, I think that
it would be a much better game because I mean, it is. So the thing about Sunset Overdrive is they can use it and make a new game because they own the IP. That was the whole point of them going to Microsoft in the first place, is because PlayStation, whenever a game is made with them, they have to own the IP. Otherwise, they won't publish it. So that's why Microsoft published it, Insomniac developed it, and they own the rights to it.
Also, the other safe bet for them making a game would be for the Ratchet and Clank franchise.
I think they need to take a break from that too.
They need a break from that too.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Like, after playing this game, after playing Marvel Spider-Man 2, Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man feel samey as fuck to me. There's even with the whole rifting thing. They open rifts in this game in the very early on in the game. And I'm just like, well, y'all really like it's, and the only difference between Ratchet and Clank and honestly Spider-Man at this point is that Ratchet and Clank honestly is completely apolitical, whereas you can argue that some of the Spider-Man stuff is, dives a little bit into making some form of statements, which is why I think that Ratchet and Clank is a better game. I think that Ratchet and Clank did a great job of introducing a female character and not beating down the male character. I think that they were amazing at that. I love Rivet. They did not, and in loving Rivet and making us love Rivet, they did not at all beat down on Ratchet. And that I appreciate about the game.
Yeah, I think in terms of what like they need a break from both of those series and they need to do something completely different. So if they remade Resistance, that would be fine. I understand that they are working on a multiplayer game right now. So they have, initially they had 2 teams. They now have 3 teams, and all of those teams were working on this game. Now that they finished this, they're all working. Well, 2 of them are working on Wolverine, and 1 of them are working on a multiplayer game. So
that's going to be interesting.
That's going to be interesting. And I think once they finish with Wolverine, I think they should stay away from Marvel properties for a few years and work on something completely new. Marvel is in the toilet right now, so I think Marvel needs to back away from
not their games. The games are still pretty good.
But nah, outside of Spider-Man, like people say Guardians is cool, but everything else in the wheelhouse of Marvel games.
I mean, that XCOM game, I forgot what it was called.
That game came and went, bro. That game came and fucking went.
Yeah, I didn't even remember that game until you just brought it up.
Yeah.
That's still a good game.
I mean, it could be. They didn't market it well enough for me to even remember it.
I'm not saying I can't give an opinion on it, but I remember, a couple of people saying, "Oh, it's out," and then I didn't hear about it ever again after.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is, man. People did bring up this picture, today, and I just want to get your thoughts on it. I don't know how to feel about it specifically, but this is apparently the writer for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and people are saying it's a self-insert.
Yeah, it is. God damn.
I don't know. Like, I'm not
sure.
Why does she look like Wendy's?
Because when you do compare MJ to the model that she's, quote unquote based off of, she doesn't look like her, but it's one of those things where there's some things that kind of look like her but made ugly on purpose.
Yeah, she looks hideous.
So
She looks
Slow
It's
down.
hideous.
God damn. Oh my god.
Y'all are messy.
She's a very nice looking. Oh my god.
goddamn. I'll take
I
one
don't know, dude.
baconator, a frosty, and a fry.
I was gonna say she looks like the
Yeah,
looks
that's
like Wendy's
wild,
chicken.
bro. Look, I'm
No.
not. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Her character looks horrendous. It does not look like
Oh.
Mary Jane.
Beauty
I-
and the Beast.
Look, it cannot be denied. Okay, I don't think I'm a good-looking person either. But do I advocate to throw myself in a video game? No. Do I
Hell no.
advocate to throw myself in a film? No. Like, I
Hell
don't
no.
want to see these ugly ass looking
Yeah.
characters in this game. She looks horrendous. There's nothing
I'm
Mary
gonna
Jane
put the
about her other
advocation
than her
for
red
you.
hair.
I'm gonna start that advocation for you, Cassie. Yeah.
And I would even
look.
fight against it.
Sure he
Look.
is. She's Dominic Mysterio. She's reading him.
Oh shit.
You know? That is not the first time.
Oh my
That is
God.
not the first time that comparison has been made. Okay.
All right. How I want to articulate this. If I made some shit, I'm gonna be in that shit. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. If I made some, I don't give a fuck who it is.
But
If I
look,
made some shit,
Hustle, I'm
You
not here
finna
to
think-
say that you're. I don't think that you are an ugly guy by any means. But what
Thank you
if you
for
were
that.
make yourself as a video game character? Wouldn't you soup yourself the fuck up? Like,
I mean,
why
you know,
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, I
I mean,
would. I do when I make a create a character and I make it based upon myself. It's a souped up version of myself.
oh no doubt, the teeth would be a little bit straighter, the beard would be a little bit more, the hair will be a little bit more grown. That don't get it twisted. But,
Why not?
uh,
No, but
oh my,
I
oh my
don't.
God.
I don't know if this is necessarily a self insert, but at the same time, too, I don't blame people for feeling like that's the case.
They got a lot
because
of similarities.
They do have some. They do
Yeah.
have some. And some of the writing in this game in regards to Mary Jane, there's a specific part of the game, and obviously no spoilers. I feel like there's a female writer that had a bad day and took it out on this particular part of the game.
Wait, what the
That's what it sounded very personal without getting
Oh,
into
yeah,
spoilers.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
It sounded extremely fucking personal. And then when I was told that the writer happened to be female, I was like, oh, I'm not at all surprised. It actually makes sense now. I think this chick had her period that day and went in on the pen and paper, or at in modern day, the keyboard and mouse. That's
She just,
One of
just
y'all
need a-
gonna have
she
to
just-
DM me, Cassie. DM me that on Twitter. What you talking about? Because
I know what Cassie's talking about. I know what she's talking about. Because
I'm-
when I heard it, I'm like, dang, why she venting like this right now? Like, what? Yo, what's going on?
I'll DM you right now.
You got
Hustle.
to do that. I want to see what y'all talking about.
I'll
see
say
if I'm
this in terms of this woman.
Mhm.
How am I going to address this, yo? It's definitely a self-insert. Like, let's be honest. Like that, if we looking at that jaw, like
Yeah.
this round jaw that you got going on, like
Get the Captain America jaw.
yeah,
Oh.
like like protecting America from like it's quite clear
Making me
what's
want
going
to
on.
talk, all right? Because like I get made fun of for my jaw, but it's more
Yeah, but
so
the-
my chin.
But if you literally look side by side, and that jaw is just it's very
Yeah.
apparent. Like they
I
took
think it's the
upper,
dimples.
like they took the nose up from the main, like from the model, and then they did the nose down for the writer, and it just thought that was a good idea, and it wasn't. I don't know why
Oh
they
my
did
God.
Mary Jane like this, because it's like it's a
My God.
weird combo.
Lagumba. Sorry.
You can sit here and say that I'm okay with the way Mary Jane looks, but you can't sit here and act like how you've read the comics and you've watched the movies and you've played previous games and not acknowledge that there's something wrong with Mary Jane in this game.
Yeah,
She is
she looks
supposed to
weird.
be the sexy character. That is a part of her character. She's the sexy redhead, and there is none of that present here. Her character is completely
that
out
way.
of
I think the
character.
first game made her look too innocent. To be fair,
Well,
I agree with that too. I'm not necessarily happy with her depiction in across the first and second game. She is a Lois Lane character.
Called the Mary Jo Watson.
Hey, Glenn, you gotta chill, dog. You gotta chill, cuz. You can't do that. Don't
You know
do
what she
that,
looks
man.
like? She looks like
Damn.
fucking she looks like the chick from fucking Horizon's like sister. God damn, they got the same forehead.
She does kind of favor. Oh,
She
yeah,
looks like Aloy.
Yeah,
Aloy,
she does favor
yeah.
Or Mega
Goddamn.
Jo Watson. That's what we're gonna call her. That's Mega Jo Watson.
Mega
That's the
Jo
name we're going-
Watson.
Yeah, Mega Jo
Yeah.
Watson. Yo.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
This is insane.
yeah.
Yo, real quick, shout out to
Mega
Spectre.
Jo.
Appreciate you for the 2 months, bro.
I
Thank
just
you
hope
so much.
I just hope she just didn't transform into anything.
That. Hey, look. I don't particularly have it. I probably would have never even noticed this if there was no side by side. I knew that, and Cassie, to your point, I knew that MJ did look different, and I come from like that '90s cartoon Spider-Man, so with like she was quote bombshell. I'm gonna watch it because I don't want to be looked at like weird, but nah, she was made to be like that sexy character. So was Black Cat. Black Cat in that '90s cartoon was made to be a sexy
Black
character
Cat
as well.
got a
So.
glow up in this game. I didn't like the way she looked in the first game. I think she looks way better in this game.
She does, because I remember that City That Never Sleeps DLC. I think she was in that, correct? I think that's why I saw her. Yes. So
yeah, she was in the DLC in 2018.
Yeah.
But she was in the first in the regular game too, in the base game. She looks better now. And it's like the only like why did she get a glow up and Mary Jane gets a downgrade? Is it because one is heterosexual, now one is not necessarily heterosexual? That's the only difference here. Okay, like, is it because, well, technically Felicia doesn't fall into the male gaze because she's with a woman now? Is that what it is? Like,
Yeah, you in spoiler territory
that's
now.
spoilers. I ain't want to mention that.
You in spoiler
Black Cat
territory.
and
That's a
now.
Black Cat
minor.
and Spider-Man
That's
2
so
doesn't
minor.
compare to Black Cat and Edge of Time.
What's up?
Black Cat and Edge of Time was way hotter than in the Spider-Man 2.
I mean, shit. Most women in previous games were way better looking than they are now.
Yeah, they put a
just what it
focus
is.
on that, but I can. I almost maybe I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because of the women who I follow on Instagram, but I can appreciate the realism in this, in a lot of it. The realism in like figures, the realism like when you're a
Damn.
hero, you're not like an over. Oh no, I follow a lot of chicks with BBLs
Yo,
or whatever. That
Novocaine,
ain't
you
no secret.
wild,
She looks
yo.
like she looks like Carrot Top.
She kind of does, doesn't she?
Damn.
She kind of does.
Damn, bro.
That's insane.
Yo, wow. Wow.
Hey, look. That don't really bother me so much. That don't really bother me so much, man. I guess.
At this point, it is what it is. Like, I can't. Like, we told Insomniac that we don't like playing as this character. That has been the overwhelming. There's some people that didn't mind it. Don't get me wrong, but that was the overwhelming majority of people that played the game said, "Yeah, we don't like playing. We don't like the Mary Jane missions." They double, triple, quadruple down. They're like, not only are you gonna play as her, you're gonna play as her multiple times. She's gonna be the most broken character in the game, and she's gonna be even uglier than before. So have fun with that. So at this point, what can I do? Except not buy the next one. That's really what it is. And I bet you anything she's gonna be a superhero in the next one. They made her a superhero in the comics. What is she? Her name is Jackpot now in the comics
Really?
because
Jackpot.
they can't find any way to make female characters interesting unless they put them in a suit now. So every female character now has to be a superhero too in the comic book. So that's gonna happen. So next game she's definitely gonna be Jackpot.
I like
You're
the
gonna
name.
play as her again.
I like the name. And if she got superpowers in the next joint, then that'll solve the
just
issue
hope-
with the. What's up?
Look, I just hope that she looks better in the next game because she ain't no fucking Jackpot.
Yeah, she's a fucking strike. She's a fucking.
Oh, this is her.
Strike out. But
Oh wow. Okay. Now I'm looking at her now.
that's what's gonna happen. I mean, at least it'd be justifiable playing as her at that point. And a lot of people have been making a comparison between the Arkham games and this. And honestly, to me, I think Arkham City still is peak.
Oh
That's
yeah,
how I
Arkham
feel.
City too.
Because at least you get to play as Catwoman, and she's cool. She was fun to play as. I think that they did a good job with that. You play as Batman. You don't play as Bruce Wayne. I think that those are key pivotal. Like, I don't understand like this thought process of like this problem that games had, quote unquote games had. It was never a problem to me where you have to have like really slow gameplay segments. I didn't see that as a problem back in the day. Apparently, some people think it's a problem now, and they think that the answer to this is playing as Peter with walking sim segments and playing as Mary Jane. I don't think that there was ever a problem to begin with. I feel so they're introducing gameplay that I just don't expect. To me, I think Arkham City still owns it. I didn't like Arkham Knight because they forced that tank bat will be on, and I checked out. And then when I found out what you had to do just to get Catwoman out of jail, I dropped that game. I don't even give a fuck. Okay,
I was pissed.
That's what Arkham City had. That shit was peak Arkham City.
I was pissed off when they killed Poison Ivy.
Damn. Yo,
I'll say this.
bro.
Yeah, I'll say this before we wrap up. Even though I do hold Arkham City in high regard, I think the gameplay in this game I like more than I do in Arkham City. But I think the story in Arkham City is what I enjoy more than the story in this game, if that makes sense. Like the gameplay in this game is way more refined to me, but the story for Arkham City is probably one of the best we'll ever get in video games. And I don't know. I don't think anything will be in terms of superhero games. And I don't even necessarily want to like pigeonhole it in superhero games. I think just on its own, it's a powerful story just on its own. But in terms of like the gameplay aspects, I think what we get with this game, I enjoy and have more fun with than I did with Arkham City. I just think Arkham City, in terms of like the side content, like and the story, like the characters. What's the name of the dude when you in Arkham City? And I think even after you complete the main mission, there's missions where you keep running around and there's dudes with their face ripped off that's getting cut up, and then you get caught. You get caught in this room trying to find out, and then he walks in and he looks just like Bruce, and I can't remember his name.
Hush.
Yeah, Hush.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when that was
Rick
fire,
Hunt,
like that was fire, like, and then even with them like playing with the idea that Scarecrow is around, but he's not really like he doesn't show up, but it's like he's in, like he's around. Like this things like that they were doing that I thought was fire that I don't think that this game did at all.
No, I agree. I don't know. Like for me, I do really like the gameplay in this, but Sony does this thing where they constantly try to yank the controller out of your hand. And I hate that in games. That's why, to me, Days Gone and Ghost of Tsushima are some of my favorite games from last generation, because it did none of that. Like, cutscene is your time. Gameplay should be my time. That's how I feel about gaming. And when you actually play the core gameplay of Spider-Man, it's amazing. I love the fights. I love swinging around the city. When they give you complete control, I think it's a great game. It's when they start to take the controller away from you that it starts to get bothersome to me, because that's now how I like to play video games. If that's the case, I'll go play Heavy Rain. I like Heavy Rain because that's what I expect. The gameplay from Heavy Rain is what I expect from it. It's not what I expect from Spider-Man. That's the last thing I expect from Spider-Man. The same thing with Telltale games. I don't mind a Telltale game, but that's because I know I'm going to play a game that is very restrictive, and I'm ready for that experience. It's not the experience I expect from a Spider-Man game. That's, my gripes with it. The story, it's okay. I don't know.
Hold on, let me address something that I see with Zeno talking about like being able to spray paint a wall. It is side content. It's not a part of the main story. You don't have to do it. It's not a requirement.
Hey,
so like that doesn't really hold any weight because what?
Did they take that from Infamous?
That's what I was getting ready to bring up. If people do not like this one little mission, but you played Infamous and you spray painting everything in that game, keep your mouth closed. I don't want to hear it, because this is one little mission versus you having to do that multiple times in Infamous Second Son. I don't want to hear it.
That was a part of what is that? What is the main side thing?
Yeah,
you had to tag certain areas in that game because that's what Delson used to do.
Tags, yeah.
So I don't want to hear that.
You had to like shake the controller.
You had to shake the controller to do it too. It's the same exact thing.
Well,
actually, it's fun. I like doing that.
It's. I just think that side content in the Spider-Man games has never been good. That's from 2018 to Miles Morales. For this, it's like when you have to clear out like those hideouts, like that kind of side content is good. But like the little things like you're chasing around birds, like I can't like shit like that in 2018 was dog shit too. Like, so I don't to me it's give and take. Like I don't know if they necessarily I haven't finished, the side content, but I felt like I was done with 2018 when I finished. Like I got what I had to get, and I'm glad that it's over. And I got the platinum and I kept it moving.
Now,
I don't know if I'm gonna
go
feel that
ahead.
way with this game, but it could be the case. I have to, actually go through it, do all the content that I have to do. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like 2018 was far better in comparison, because we was doing some bullshit in that game too.
Yeah, I'll say this. In terms of the side content in 2018 was garbage. That's a fact. And I don't know what it is with Insomniac in terms of some side content. Like in terms of anything action oriented, I think it's fine. But there are some things where, like there's things where you're trying to do things for this foundation, and those little side missions I didn't care for at all. Like I just was like, I did 2 of them. I said, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. One, because they were puzzle related, and 2, I just didn't care.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with the Spider-Man 2 puzzles themselves.
I skipped them. I skipped the puzzles.
I want to get the platinum.
I thought, I used to, be like, oh man, I wanna do it to say that I did it. I don't give a fuck no more. You think I want to sit here proud to say, oh, I did all the puzzles in Spider-Man 2? Like, I would feel like at this point, looking at me back in 2018 saying I'm doing the puzzles, I would tell, 2018 me, man, you a sucker. You were sitting here playing through that shit thinking that I could at least say you did it. Man, you a sucker. Just skip that shit. If I could tell myself anything back, a few years ago.
Because every side mission doesn't get you a new suit. So it's like, why would I want to continue doing some of these? There's no point to it.
I legit just want the trophies in those in that case. I'll just say this, and I'll say this in closing. Get Spider-Man 2. Just go ahead and buy that joint. Like, is that fire to me to where I feel like I want to do everything in the game, even the parts that I kind of don't like. But there's a lot of so I'm a big AEW fan, right?
I think it's good at a discount. I do not think this is a $70 game. It would have been. See, to me,
I got to
look. I put the 80 up, bro. I put it up, and
you bought the digital deluxe.
To me, no, I bought the physical copy and then got the $10 upgrade.
Oh shit!
Because you could do that.
Yeah, no, I know. I didn't do that though.
With the digital, but to me, look, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is by fact a shorter game, but I enjoyed that game so much more, and it felt $70 to me because I enjoyed wholeheartedly the game. Now, it had its little side quest bullshit too. Don't get me wrong. It had I remember you had to play as a little bug in the game. You have to do the same thing here with Spider-Man, but there was far less of that and more of a wholeheartedly good experience with Rift Apart as opposed to this. I come away from this saying, man, I like some things and some things I don't like at all. I don't like it all. So to me, despite this being a longer game, I feel as though it wasn't worth the price of entry. Whereas with Rift Apart, it was a shorter game, but it was worth the price of entry because I came away from that game saying, damn, I love this. It was so good from start to finish. I had so much fun, and I will revisit that game. See, for me with Spider-Man, I don't think with Spider-Man 2, after I get this plat, I don't think I'm going to revisit this game.
I'm the complete opposite. I didn't even finish Rift Apart. I don't want to finish that game. I don't like that game at all, if I'm being honest.
Rift Apart.
I didn't care for that game. Once I played as Rivet for a little bit, I'm like, she plays exactly the same as Ratchet. There's no difference to anything that she's doing. I didn't care for the story that much. Like, I just didn't care about what was going on. Once you get past jumping through different rifts and it's like, all right, cool. The SSD is being utilized. That's great. I don't care. So I cut the game off and I uninstalled it. Like, I was done with it. So that was more of a waste of money than this. And plus, I made money off of the Spider-Man 2, so I don't really care.
You came up, didn't you, TJ? Yeah, I was there.
I did. I hit a lick.
Yeah,
I had a lick, man.
He did. He got
yeah, man. PlayStation looked out. They sent me a couple copies of the game.
That's
by
why he here
accident.
shilling. No, I'm playing.
They gave me a couple of copies of the game. No, I was shilling for the weekend. That's a fact, but I'm not shilling now. I was like, hey, you making me some money. Hey, I'm a pony. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
But yeah, they gave me a couple copies of the game, so I ended up selling those. So yeah, I made some of my money back in terms of
No, that's cool.
I made some of my money back in terms of the because I have the statue, so I had because I thought
How is that
the original
statue? The detail.
the statue is solid. Like I can't lie, it's a solid statue in terms of compared to that first one that they had for the collector's edition for 2018. 2018's statue is horrible. So the fact that they were able to like actually do justice with this one, I thought was good. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you, PlayStation, for giving me some bread this weekend.
The shit practically paid for itself, huh?
Yeah, it almost paid for itself,
Close
man.
to it. Damn,
It looked out for me.
That's crazy.
Can't argue that. This is all allegedly, by the way.
Of course. None of us know anything. I do want to say one last thing. Just congratulations to Insomniac, man. Like for real. Yeah. Like consistency is like a thing. And TJ, you work out, you know how it is too. Like when you work out, like you don't see the results immediately, but just like when you do it all the time and you just going and you're being consistent, like a lot of people see those results. I'm excited for Wolverine, and I haven't finished Spider-Man 2 just yet. I'm excited for Wolverine just based off the fact that, they making these Spider-Man games, and they're making them really good. Can they do it with a different franchise? Can they make this franchise feel different from everything else? I think they can. It ain't really no doubt in my mind.
They
and
have
I
to
feel
prove
like
it. They have to. Now we're gonna be. This will be the defining moment. Can you change it up? We'll see. I hope so.
And after they change it up, where does that really rank them in PlayStation? Because I've been seeing that conversation going floating around.
I think they're number one.
I think they earned it right now.
I think
nobody else is stepping up to the plate.
In terms of consistency, they're number one right now. Like everybody wants to say Naughty Dog is this, and rightfully so, because Naughty Dog have earned that right. But in terms of consistency of product that they put out and the product being a good product, Insomniac have it. They have the crown right now for number one at PlayStation.
They going. And
even though I'm not crazy about the game, I have to give them the props. I think that they're the most consistent. Their level of quality is impressive. This game has visually and performance-wise is fucking awesome. I got to give them the props for it, man.
There was one side mission that damn near brought me to tears, only because it's if you streamed it, Cassie, I don't know if you streamed it because I haven't watched that portion of your streams yet. There's one mission where they play this music behind, and you have to do something. This is a side mission, but you do something for somebody, and there's this music playing in the background. I won't say what happens, but that shit had me choked up because the game is so heavy-handed. It's like they slapped me with the Big Show. Like Big Show, it's so heavy-handed. It's like you can see certain things coming from a mile away. It was that real. But I'll say, that joint had me choked up though. I tweeted in Insomniac about that shit too. Like, hey, good shit. Okay. It was that shit hit me like with the music going on because you knew what was going to happen. But it was good.
Okay, let me address something because me being a pony is over for the weekend. That's done. Let's address something real quick. Yo, what's up with this weird Puerto Rican suit that y'all had in this game, fam? Yo, we're gonna address this real quick. We're gonna address this real quick, and we're gonna address this flag which they just passed today. Shit. They just passed that in. Yo, we're gonna get to that in a second. This Puerto Rican, word to everything I love. Why did you have a Cuban flag for when you play as Miles Morales in the DLC?
God damn, it looks horrible.
That's the Cuban flag, so you're disrespecting another country in the process.
Yeah, you're disrespecting Cuba. And you know what? Disrespect Cuba. I don't care right now. Oh shit. I'm in my zone right now.
Insomniac disrespected us Puerto Ricans. I must be.
Yeah, they disrespected us. Like, look, in the last game, it was clear that the Puerto Rican flag was in the crib. Obviously, you have Rio, who's full-blooded Puerto Rican woman that's Miles' mother, and he loves his heritage just as well because you see him, and especially in the DLC where he shows love to the music side of his dad as well as the music side to his mom, where he listens to salsa and he also listens to soul from his father's side. But with this game, they do that again to a degree. But when you walk in the crib and you see this Cuban flag, it takes away all of that, because why is that there? Like, what kind of mistake do you think that it? Like, I understand that they look similar, but they're not. So that was disrespectful.
So
One
he's
thing
not
about
Cuban?
Puerto Ricans, like most Puerto Ricans, they will be sporting something with their flag on it. If it be on their car mirror, that's a common thing where they have like the Puerto Rican flag. I'm not. For me, I'm mixed race. Okay, I gotta rep Puerto Rico, Italy, and Ireland. Okay, so I'm not the most I don't be throwing all these flags up everywhere. But I understand my people. Okay, I've grown up in a Puerto Rican household. All right, I've spent time with many of my cousins. That the Puerto Rican flag is a big fucking deal, especially for a New Yorker. Okay, Puerto Rico, like the second Puerto Rico is fucking New York. Okay, so the fact that y'all don't. Like, they claim to take it seriously, but then you do this. You fuck this up. How do you fuck this up? It's such a it's ridiculous. And you did it to the wrong island, dog.
Yeah, you did. That's a fact. Because I was hot. Look, the thing is, y'all overcorrected and y'all wanted to be so inclusive with everybody that y'all included Cubans who ain't even in the game. Like, what are y'all thinking right now? They were so inclusive, they included a group of people that wasn't even present. Like, that makes no sense. At the end of the day, that flag means a lot, especially to Miles and his mother. But that suit that they did, that was lazy. Like, that suit pissed me off to no end. It was so lazy. And I'm like, y'all could have done way better than this. Like, why did y'all do this? Like, that just showed how much I don't like the suits, because they did that. Like, that pissed me off to no end. So I was hot. I almost kicked my monitor, and it was that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was heated.
That suit is pretty bad. When I first saw it, I was like, oh shit, okay. When you get it, I'm not gonna say how you get it. There's a way that you get it. I was like, oh okay, that's cool that's there. When I saw it, I was like, yo, it looked like uninspired. Like uninspired. And I'm not Puerto Rican at all. It's like, it just, I said that got to sting a little bit. And as far as
to defend them a little bit, I think it's hard to make a Puerto Rican flag suit and not make it look like Captain America. You know what I mean? Because Captain America's suit has that one star on it. No, so I think it'd be like, I think that's a difficult task. Not to defend
you give me 5 minutes. I would have made a suit. Trust me, I would have done something.
There's so many other ways they could have freaked that dog. Like, you see the variety of other suits in the game. I'm like, yo, they could have easily done that.
But I think a lot of their suits in the game are also ass too.
That just proves the point.
I like a few of them. I mean, but that's subjective. Yeah. But I definitely got a few that I like. But the Puerto Rican flag thing, like, when I saw it, I didn't recognize it. I'm also not Puerto Rican or Cuban. So no, I didn't recognize. I said, oh wait, that's the thing. So I'm like, well, my first thought was, damn, okay, how many Cubans? How many Cuban people work in y'all office, number one? Or like, you couldn't just hit somebody up. That's a quick Google search for you to be like, hey, what's this? Real quick.
I think there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in California, mostly Mexicans.
I think they're dealing, I don't know, because like, I don't think they consulted people that live in New York, because there's a side mission in this game where apparently if you sell fireworks, you're likely an arch criminal. And it's like, bro, I understand, like, I've lived in New York for 24 years of my life. You know how many people cross over to PA to buy fireworks? Because it is illegal in New York, but there's fireworks that go off every year in New York. It's not like people just go to another state, they buy a fuck ton of fireworks and bring it to York. You're not an arch fucking criminal. You're not, the fact that they made that like stereotypes, like, you didn't consult anyone that lives in New York, right? Because
they go to Jersey.
To link just fireworks to arch criminals is kind of, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Y'all need to relax. That was like, there was just nothing to justify. And now on top of it, to throw some more shit at them, because unfortunately, Peter is like the punching bag of this game. The reason someone gets injured while lighting off the fireworks. By the way, if Peter would have just left them the fuck alone, that would have never happened to begin with, because he drew their attention away from the fireworks they were setting. Good job, Peter. You're a dickhead this whole game. Sad to say.
Yeah.
But anyway,
well,
I digress.
Yeah, because we almost had 3 hours. So,
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Can I say this one last thing? And I
Yeah,
promise that's it. I promise. I wish that mission would have taken place at night. It would have set for a more beautiful scene. And I'll just leave it at that. The mission we were just talking about.
With the fireworks, yeah.
Yeah.
Fireworks?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think I don't know. It was nighttime when it went off.
It
for me.
was daytime for me. So I thought it was just a daytime thing only for me. But
That was
Yeah,
one of
it
those-
was daytime for me
No,
too.
I think we're thinking
Yeah.
of two different missions. Because there's a side mission that involves fireworks, but then there's also another mission that involves fireworks going on.
Well,
I think that's main mission territory.
I must have missed that there. I'll probably forgot about it. But anyway,
Now you'll come across it.
super fun.
Yep.
Oh shit.
So yeah, guys, man, it was. Oz, would you relax with your game playing right now? Okay.
Yo, this kid's going crazy right now.
He's
But,
really into his game.
Hey man,
Nah, but
this Mario's crazy.
real quick before we do, have a send off. I don't know if you guys are aware of the original Shaft.
Richard
Richard
Roundtree.
Roundtree.
Oz. Richard Roundtree. Unfortunately, he has passed away.
You shut
so
your
really-
mouth.
Word, bro. That is like the most iconic theme song. Because I remember watching that movie as a kid, and I definitely shouldn't have been watching it as a kid. But yeah, it's sad to see that unfortunately the OG has passed away. So just real quick, shout out to the OG Richard Roundtree, who had passed away at the age of 81. But great fucking movie, amazing soundtrack. If you haven't watched it, I do recommend. I never did watch the remake, but a lot of people talk highly of it.
No, the original, like, so the remake with Samuel L. Jackson, like the first one is fire, and he's in that movie too. So like,
That's
there's
cool.
a lot
I definitely
of
want
like,
to check that out.
yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot
he
of
plays
appreciation
yeah.
for the series and as well as Richard Roundtree. So yeah, it's a good movie. I haven't seen the second one, but the first one I could vouch for. They had my man Peoples in there. He was like, "You like Daigo Wu? I like Daigo Wu." Like, yeah, then that's my movie.
Who?
Yeah,
What
just
the
fuck?
wanted to
Ooh.
give a shout out to the
Like a
OG
woo.
man, because
Indeed.
he was a fucking badass in that movie. I gotta give him all the respect.
Yeah, there's a lot of
But,
names in that movie. Like you got what's my guy? Christian Bale is in it. You got Jeffrey Wright in it. Obviously Sam Jackson, Richard Roundtree. Like it's some good names. So yeah, definitely check that movie out.
Alright.
Yeah, rest in
Appreciate that.
peace.
Yes, rest in peace. But real quick, guys, definitely want to give you guys your moment. Hustle, tell the people what you got going on. A little bit about your channel, about you.
Okay. Oh, were you on the Summer Jam
You
screen?
in
I was not.
spotlight.
I was not
Hell
ready.
yeah.
I was not ready.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
No worries, man.
So-
You look good either way.
Spotlight.
So my channel, as you guys kind of saw earlier tonight, it's gonna
posted it up.
focus more around retro. It's one's upside down, but it's more about retro gaming and retro gaming content. I came to that conclusion. It's like that's the happiest that I am making content when I talk about like the old stuff that I used to play. And there's a ton of old stuff that I haven't played. And we talked about it tonight, like game preservation, which is extremely important to me, and physical game media. Me and Cassie got that in common too. Like we need that, and it seemed like it's slowly down and it's slowly going away. But if y'all into retro,
It's ramped up. Shit.
yeah.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God,
big time.
But if you guys are into nostalgic content, retrospective content, and just overall, just like a super like positive vibe. I'm not like one of them fake YouTubers with the voice like, "Hi guys." I'm not one of those guys. However,
Coming in
do
with
have
your
a-
hype, like yeah, you know,
You're
doing
not-
all that.
you're
yeah,
not-
I ain't one of them. But
You're not fucking pepperoni face.
Oh, no.
oh, wait a
man.
minute.
Hey,
Wait a
yo.
minute. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I'm not taking a shot at nobody. God damn. I'm not talking about nobody in particular. Let me just say
Ducky
that.
ducky
Balls.
quack quack.
Jesus.
Hey, yo.
Yeah,
Relax,
let's
sir.
let's have his moment. Hold on.
Damn, they gonna think I told you to do that. No, but I'm focusing more on like all retrospective games, and just I really want to focus on like the enjoyment of the retrospective games. Hindsight means to understand. Like I looked it up before I like came up with the name, but it means to understand, and I really want y'all to understand like my love that I have for retro games. Shout out to everybody in the retro gaming community. Shout out to first and foremost, man, Ayo Mega and Contraviction. Y'all may know one of those names, but I don't know if y'all know the other one. Ayo Mega, for those of you all who don't know, is a YouTube content creator. I did a live stream with him and Contra of Halo Reach. And it's like the first time I played and beat that game with those two. And they directly inspired this channel. So I really want to thank them for that. And I'll
Nice.
let them know, how I feel in the background and all
Yeah.
that. But it was super dope. And I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast collecting old games. I'm having a blast definitely playing the old games. And there's a lot of old games that I haven't played yet. I pulled out the 50 Cent Bulletproof. I have
Same.
not played it yet. So I
Oh,
look
that's a
forward
good
to that.
game.
Prepare
That's a
to
good game.
suffer. That's how I felt on Christmas Day.
Oh
I like
man.
that. I
Well,
like that game.
yeah, but no,
The-
but
the-
that's it. I'm sorry, Cassie.
All
Go ahead.
right. No, that's good. I appreciate you being here, bro. It's really
Oh,
fun
thank
hanging
you.
out with you
Thank you
again.
for having me. No problem. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah. And yo, Cali Rex, I appreciate you pulling up, bro. Tell people about you, your channel, what you got going on. I'm definitely gonna post your, your YouTube as well as your Twitter. If you want me to promote anything else, definitely link it in a private chat.
And of course, you guys can find me at CalRexO1. And I'm actually in the process of making a new podcast. I have a current one
Sick.
named Gamer Couch Club. My new podcast isn't going to be strictly gaming, trying to expand my horizons.
Ooh.
But I do also have plans for my channel to step up the content, as I haven't uploaded a video in a while. But those plans do involve retro games too.
Nice.
Funny enough.
That's sick.
Right.
There's a channel out there called Mind Pulp. I highly recommend you guys check them out. They're kind of a big inspiration for me to go into retro gaming. But with the type of content I like to do is make funny videos out of them. So I'm going to go back into these games and try to get some funny moments out of them. And hopefully I can get some support with that, because I started a Patreon for people to pick which games I should play first.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But besides that, you guys can also find me at my own Twitter handle, CalRexO1, my backup Twitter handle, CalRex011, and my Twitch, which I will be streaming to hopefully in the future, CalRex01.
Cool. All right, that's what's up, man. Appreciate you hanging out with us. This fun time. Oz, you got anything you want to tell the peoples? I'm scared to ask, but good.
No, man.
Nothing. Oh my God, that's the best. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye,
No, you
Mario.
want to say it last?
Bye, Mario, you fucking clowns.
Oh my God.
He
TJ,
not
you got-
wrong.
No, he's not wrong. I definitely that's one I'm gonna pick up maybe early next year. We'll see what happens, because I
It's
do
fun,
want the
man.
Mario RPG first and foremost. That is a must cop. Limited
Yeah.
funds, guys. It is what it is, but that's the must hop. And Mario Wonder is one of those. It's like I'll definitely get it at some point. But I'm glad everyone's been enjoying it. TJ, got anything you want to say? Anything to promote? Anything you got going on, sir?
No promotion at all. But shout out to everybody that tuned in. I had to make a moment just to throw that in there. It was fun. Overall, I'm now that I finished Spider-Man during the podcast, man, I was multitasking and you didn't even know
You
it.
were
So I'm going to make my way to Super Mario Wonder, and we was talking about indie games earlier. There's a game that I played a demo for, and I think I told y'all about it. It's called Leica. It's called Leica Age Through Blood, and it's essentially a motorcycle Metrovania game. So you
That's
play
crazy.
as this.
Wow.
Hold
It's
on.
like this is a furry's wet dream type game, because all of the characters are like animals and they talk. So, but
Hold on.
essentially, there's guns, there's gore,
Hold on.
there's motorcycles, and it's $20. It's an indie game. I played the demo for it on Steam, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to be playing that once I finish Super Mario.
Can I call a timeout? We're not going to talk about the Metal Gear Rising 3 gameplay trailer.
You mean Metal Gear Solid 3?
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I
I didn't see
put
it.
it on
No,
the
I didn't
table.
see
You
it.
did.
All they
That
gave was like a
game
little tidbit. I want to
looks
see like
fucking
the whole
amazing.
shebang. It does look really good. It does look really good.
I'm not even a fan of the series.
But
This
I
game
want
looks
to
fucking
see.
amazing.
I want to see like a serious gameplay segment, not just we're gonna show you this in engine, blah blah blah. Man, give me a fucking piece of the pie, bro. Give me what do they call those? A vertical slice, okay? Man,
No, I don't want Konami doing
No.
any vertical slices, especially people saying
Listen.
this Metal Gear collection is an abomination. If you want to play the Metal Gear Solid games and you want to play them
It's just
relatively
lazy. That's the
up-res
problem.
with some high,
It's the same shit. It's
yeah,
the
it's
same
the
shit
same-
as the PS3 version. If you have the PS3 version, there's no reason to buy it again. If you don't have it, I mean, I guess I can understand it, but I don't think it's worth the price. I
look,
mean, but that's up to the person.
just go to a certain place, and when you get to that certain place, find this collection allegedly, and then you may or may not have an an emulator or not. Maybe
You might need an eye patch. You might need an eye patch.
Yeah, you might need to sail the high seas
Yeah.
and play that version of the game instead of what Konami just put out, because they continue to show why they do not need to be supported in any fashion.
They have not earned the respect of the community back. That is for good reason. They keep fucking up. But like it does make them look like dog shit when within a day 4K is modded into the game. So they deserve the smoke. I'm sorry. You didn't choose, something that is modded in a day. Y'all can do that. You deserve the smoke. That's why it's like, let's talk about Konami. Unless they show some fire, I don't care. Like Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake looks nice, but they've only showed little tidbits of in-game, in-engine. I want to see the whole gameplay. I want to see the whole thing. Let me see that, and then we could talk. Till then,
All right.
I don't care very much. But guys, I appreciate everyone that pulled up. I dropped my review of Spider-Man. There is spoilers. That video did blow up, so thank you guys that supported it. And if you're new, if you're new here, definitely subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 3K. I think we're like, if I'm not mistaken, like 20 subs away. So hey man, if you're new, definitely drop, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't hit the like button, I really appreciate that. I did introduce channel membership videos to the channel. Particularly the reason why is because if I put these videos out publicly, they will not gain traction. I literally talk about movies in my most recent one that I dropped a couple of days ago. I did, top 5 underrated horror flicks. That I don't think would do well on my channel, since my channel is now very gameplay focused. I didn't intend for it to be that way, but it kind of is what it is, and I don't want to clash with what I got going on. So the best way to do the things that I want to do is to just make them channel membership videos. A basic membership, 99 cents, gets you instant access to those videos. I did one on playing through RoboCop and uploaded that. That was cool. I'm excited for RoboCop, so we're looking forward to that. Next week I have my live stream by my lonesome, so you have that to look forward to. Nothing but good things, man. Nothing but good things. I'm interested to see what else we got coming out. I do plan to do a review for Starfield. I'm over 200 hours in. Okay, I've done a fuck ton of shit. There will be a huge review on it. I don't know if it'll necessarily be a good review, but it will be an honest one. So you guys have that to look forward to. I'm thinking maybe early next week. We'll see what happens. But overall, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out. It was a fun show, as always. And thank you so much, Hustle, Callie, Oz, TJ. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. And yeah, guys, thank you
too.
Oh, all right.
The fuck?
Was that a spider bot? What was that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Was it that redhead?
Nope, it is me.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
No.
Man, he got all the
Transfers more between the thighs.
Yes, I do.
Hey, yo, I guess that's what MJ got going on, because Peter was definitely the damsel in distress. She was the one.
She got her own whip swinger. She got her own whip swinger.
Oh my god! But real quick, guys, thank you, Zeno, I-Man, Philip, FTW, Oxford Seafood, good all Power Boss, TW. Appreciate you pulling it up. Mason Games, thank you so much. Mad Hatter, Lowest Expectations, bro. I appreciate everyone that did pull up. I don't want to miss anyone. Zero Dozer, thank you so much. Cleanser.
Happy
Also,
Halloween,
thank you,
everybody.
Yes, thank you, Black Cobra, for hanging out and dropping the donos. Livewire, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Dante's Rant Room, thank you so much for the super chat. Spectre, thank you so much for being a channel member. Glenzer, thank you so much for the super chat. Alex Versivo, thank you so much. Guys, I do not deserve it, but I hope at least in your eyes I've earned it. But yeah, guys, that's it for 2REAL4FEELS.
That was Boris for a second.
You just rap.
Happy Halloween.
You did.
You rap?
Boris. Real. You did.
Did you ever heard of Jiggy Battle League?
I have, and there's a person on that podcast, in a part of Jiggy Battle League, that apparently is obsessed with me, and I don't know it, or he thinks I don't know it. So we're just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Man, I may have. Man, all I know is homeboy pulls up. I got something for him. That's all I have to say.
Shit.
God damn.
Yikes. All right.
I'm fucking around. But yeah, guys, a lot being said, we are out. Peace.
Trick or treat, motherfuckers.